All you.
Everybody, last we left off, a nightmare occurred. It's been a while. Mara had a nightmare where she encountered a strange being in a house that looked very childlike, and also she saw what looked like the death of her friend before she woke up screaming. And as everyone in the room turned to see her, a giant gash mark across her face. Take it away.
What happened to your face?
She did not notice immediately that the wound from her dream transferred over. So she goes and touches her face, sees the blood on her hands, and says, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Ooh.
I was hit in my nightmare across the face, obviously, but I thought it was just a nightmare.
Hmm. What exactly happened in your nightmare, from start to finish?
Oh god. I was being chased around a house by I don't know what the fuck it was. And I ran down to the basement. They kept telling me not to go to the basement. So I went there, naturally. And I saw Kitty bound in the corner. I tried to set her free, whatever the fuck that thing was that scratched me up. I don't know. She is still reeling, trying to process what happened.
Um, Let me see. I don't know if I actually have any potions or anything. But we should definitely try to patch that up. Actually I do. I'll give you a potion. I'm
Oh,
gonna go ahead and reach into my bag and hand Mara a superior potion of healing.
thank you. When she drinks it, does it have any effect?
So you do get the hit points. The gash is beginning to close, but you're gonna have a nice 3 claw scar all the way down your across your face.
Lovely.
Click the one, and then I can tell you if you're right or wrong. Thank you.
If there's any consolation, the scar doesn't look so bad actually. It's pretty fetching. It adds a kind of
Je ne sais quoi.
Dang it!
You and your big
Yes,
words.
yes, that it does.
Anyway, did you recognize this place that you were at?
Not at all.
So not a place from memory
No.
or imagination or
I've
fantasy of any kind.
never dreamt up or fantasized about anything even remotely close to that.
Well, then a preliminary conclusion might be that the location you saw is of significance to the creature that attacked you in your dream instead.
Probably.
I wonder if perhaps we should ask around and see if other people are having dying in their dreams or something similar. Maybe it exists on the street. Maybe the street is something like an elm or an oak.
Oh goodness.
We're
Oak
having
Street.
to meet with the Elven King later today anyways.
Yeah.
If we make any inquiries, we should probably be discreet about it.
The creature was saying something about not wanting me to talk to him or be friends with him or something like that, and it made no sense.
Mm.
Like why am I picking whoever this him person is over the demon creature that fucked up my face?
He sounds like he's jealous.
Clearly.
I don't know how pertinent it is to be um hmm, to be discreet. It might be useful considering we're outsiders.
People here are already primed to be suspicious.
Let's
It,
not draw any unnecessary attention to ourselves.
mm,
As if my
and
screaming didn't already do that.
You do
and
realize I'm pretty much just a billboard of look at me for people here.
I suppose that can't be.
I just glare at him.
But
I'm a
also,
walking cat.
if there is someone here who is responsible for these happenings, we don't want to tip them off that we're on to them.
If it's something that can mess with people's dreams, then it probably has a way to listen in and affect more things, so it probably would already know.
Elder Brand.
Well,
I mean, how many stupid things have we met? Oh wait, too many.
everything we've met has been stupid.
Or from beyond the veil of what's known, or possessive bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Take offense to that.
I said possessive bullshit as in when people are getting possessed by like half the things.
Yeah, your version of possessive is completely fine.
Being possessive of an item or a person is different from the possessive bullshit. Possessive bullshit that I refer to is all the things that have taken over people's bodies and made them all beat the shit out of each other. Like what happened to him?
Yeah. Well, if like I feel like just asking about around and going, "Hey, what has been happening to people while they've been dreaming?" would be kind of weird in and of itself. So maybe we just don't ask questions and go straight to the king.
And plus, something that has to hide and attack you in your dreams when you can't defend yourself is just a cowardly little bitch.
True.
I mean, we could also, listen to town gossip for a little bit and try and figure
I
out
mean,
what we're dealing with before we go to the
Why
king.
do I have to be
it's the
quiet?
middle of the night, and I highly doubt we're gonna really get much of a chance to go get gossip from people if y'all want fully rest before the king's summons, considering that we were told to spend the night here and we'd be seeing the king in the morning.
It is morning, by the way.
Well, it looks like we should probably just maybe if we go downstairs, if anybody's talking about it, maybe we'll hear something. If not, I guess we'll just go to the king once his men get here.
I'm getting some weird deja vu. Um, as an aside, perhaps we should invest in some kind of protection to prevent these incidents from reoccurring.
Well, that would fall under the protection from good and evil. You know, the thing I had us all use scrolls of. Well, some of us use scrolls of to protect,
Right.
to deal with that other possessing bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the ability to do that, especially not on a large scale level.
Mm.
Well,
It is only a first level spell. Someone here might sell a scroll of it. They're supposed to be fairly common.
But if it's affecting you in your dream, that would mean we'd all have to have someone who can maintain such a spell on anyone who is dreaming.
Let's see. How long does the spell last?
there were some minor magic shops that we went to yesterday. Or at least we looked for them. Maybe they might have, because there are potions that allow you to not sleep in order to get a watchful rest. We could get some of those. Those are usually pretty cheap.
Well, that's a good idea.
Can't get us in our dreams if we're not dreaming.
Yeah, there's only one issue with that. You're going to have to manage to get enough to keep everyone awake at all times for however long.
I think we'd only need one a day per person. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need like 5 a day. How long are we going to be here?
Undetermined. But I don't think we should stick around for too long if we can help it.
Yeah. Well, if you guys stay here, since the king's men are going to come meet us here, I can run to the market really quick and see if I can buy any of these potions. I would be the fastest to get there and back.
You don't say.
I mean, we also could probably get them throughout
Afterwards,
the day, considering that unless we all of a sudden get knocked unconscious by some stupid thing, it's not likely to actually affect us until tonight.
That's fair. We can probably wait to get them. So yeah, I guess we're going. I'm going to go downstairs and get breakfast then.
Probably the best idea for all of us.
Indeed.
Substance, and well, then gotta have the fun of saying that you're not a criminal.
So, you guys go downstairs, and you see a wide variety of breakfast foods and fruits are laid out in tables, and you can easily start munching away and getting your meal. As you do so, you do see more people coming in, potential families, things like that, that were in the inn with you as well. They're eating. And then shortly after, about the time you're either done with your first plate or shortly starting your second, you see 2 guards come in, and they're in what looks like scale-like armor of dark gray, and their eyes are completely enclosed by this helmet that looks of that of a snake's head. And they're looking around before they look over in your general direction, and they just point at you. And one says, "Your time with the king has come."
Ah. Well, let's not keep His Majesty waiting.
Stand up and get my stuff all ready.
Well, y'all ready for fun?
Probably more bullshit, but if that's what you mean by fun, yes.
Hey, if we all just stay negative, we're all gonna lose our minds. I've already almost lost it 4 times in the last week. Let's not go any more. Or I guess
fair.
4 times in the last couple months? I don't know.
Faith is warped and time is bendable.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
So as you guys go with them, they walk you through the streets, and you see, going through this district, you see more people signing up at these basically like Army Reserve, National Guard types, like booths, essentially. You see them going to them. You see a couple people getting checked out by physicians. You see others signing paperwork in these various booths. And then at the end, when you see them getting approached by another guard, potentially the captain or lieutenant of that booth, they're picking out weapons. You see them hand the person something, and it looks like a bracelet as they start putting the bracelet on. And then they go back to picking their weapons and looking at other various items that have been either given, acquired, etc., for the army for the war to come. And you get to the castle, and it's a massive castle, very majestic. You see, when you go into the courtyard, past the Golden Gate, what looks like a statue of the king, holding his hand out, and it looks fairly new, holding his hand out, shaking what looks like Sivian. And there's a plaque that says the unification of land and sea, with a date from 3 months ago. And you see other various knights, all in the same armor as the two that are escorting you, with their weapons sheathed. Some shield strapped on an arm, others with great swords or longbows. And you see what looks like to the right, before you go inside the main castle itself, a small cavalry of some sort, practicing riding horses and using what looks like spears or lances. And then when you go inside this castle, it's massive. You see massive decorations and what looks like paintings galore. And if you look up in the ceiling, you see what you know as the tale of the rise of the Worm King himself, as it shows this tale of the city when it was attacked 500 years ago. And the Worm King's father at the time was slain in battle, where he rose and unified his people to repel the dragons. Before you come to the massive iron doors to the palace where his chamber is. And the two guards turn and look at you, and they just gesture to a bin. Put your weapons in there, please.
Alright. We will get them back when we leave, right?
There's only one way that you can go out of here, so if you want your weapons back, then yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll put my sword in, and then I'm gonna say, what should I do about these? And I'll just like hold up a hand.
Very.
One literally pulls out shackles.
Yes, Rio
Come
will
here.
detach your hands.
Dumbass.
Come here.
Okay.
They shackle your hands behind your back.
Okay, I do hope you realize this doesn't really change anything.
We will know.
And I'll just like show that I have like incredible movement, and I could just like kick something or like jump up and like booty blast it.
This is really.
So
Stop.
because of this, they decide to take these off, and they pull out another one with a long metal pole that is welded to another set, and they attach your hands and bracelets where you can walk but cannot run.
Okay, cool.
Really?
And the dumbass award today goes to you.
Look, you have to understand. You are doing the absolute most right now. And you should know, coming from me, that means quite a lot.
Are any of you casters that we need to be aware of?
That you need to be aware of? No. I mean, you see the guy in magical armor, but aside from that...
Just know we have counterspells at the ready.
I'm a caster, but I have no reason to use my magic right now.
Excellent.
Unless someone does something to me, I ain't gonna do something to them.
That is fair.
I put all of my visible weapons in that little thing.
Are they going to pat us down?
If it's perfectly fine. Here, those. I don't like other people having this hammer. I can tie it up to the armor where I won't be able to use it.
It looks just like a smithing hammer. It is fine.
I can still use it as a hammer, but okay. Puts it away.
We know of your name in particular, Mr. Satros. We know your family. Well, we know of them. And then the door opens. And you see... Hold on one second. Ah, there it is. As you come in, it'll be at the bottom. You see knights galore with what looks like 3 dragon heads mounted on the walls. As you see the female from prior at the Iceberg Lounge event, as you like to call it, along with the king. And 2 various people that look... Brock, give me a history check. With
Yes.
advantage.
Ooh, because they're from my world.
Uh-oh.
My,
Hemisphere?
yeah.
So you know of one only because you've seen his face on enough wanted posters. The man on the left is known as Bak Fei,
Hmm.
and he was what was a traitor to the emperor at the time, and even started his own coup before disappearing into the shadows after a failed assassination attempt.
And this was back when my emperor was in
Correct.
power. Okay.
And you see all of these knights proceed. One yells, Satros and company here to present something. Proceed.
Aces.
Hey, it's better than Graves and company, considering.
True.
Better.
As you get closer, you see this old man in a white robe stroking his long white beard with a ponytail as he's eyeballing everyone with a very raised eyebrow. And to the right, you see a elderly woman that looks similar in nature. But she is wearing what looks like a traditional white gi. And you see her arms, and they're covered in battle scars. And her hands are wearing these fine gloves that have what looks like white gems on each of the knuckles.
Neat.
Better stopping there.
But
The king, deep into what looks like reading as he's sitting in his throne, looks up. Oh, it's been some time. I thought you were all dead.
Traveling through hell, but not dead.
We came close to death a few times, Your Grace.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Are you here to help aid in the war?
We did not know that there was a war until we got here, on account of being in an extraplanar space, Your Majesty.
But I'm surprised, considering everything, that you're just going to not worry about anything else that has happened.
Who provoked the hostilities, if I may ask?
Well, proceed. I do not wish to raise my voice any louder than I need to. I have a bigger speech later today in a meeting.
That's fair.
You'll have to move me up. I am currently getting food out.
Dang it, Vercon, you and your Master Chef plans.
Your Majesty, given the fame and capability of the people here in your chambers, I'm sure these won't be necessary, and I'll raise my My shackles.
You're the one who asked for them.
I didn't ask for them. I just showed them that my hands were weapons.
Bak Fei looks over at you. Yes, someone in that style of outfit, every part, even their bum, is a deadly weapon.
Yeah, I showed them that while I was outside.
And he just continues to stroke his beard as he looks more at you, Ryoma, than the others. So, the Emperor states, or the king, tell me, you were in hell. And last we spoke, you were accused of treason against the plane for potentially starting a war. And shortly after that event, I would say roughly about 2 or 3 weeks, the hostilities from the other side, when I wanted to bring peace and unity, was not being received well. So tell me, why should I believe that you did not instigate the treason that you were accused of months prior?
Well, I can give one bit of information that would be more important.
Yes?
The one who was the merfolk in that meeting was a fake. If I may, I pull out the pearl. I would like to activate this, if I am allowed.
You see the guards like some begin to grow for their blades, and you see the hand of the king. Let them proceed. The worst that can happen is that we have a hanging this afternoon. Proceed, Vercom.
So I go ahead and use it, which it is the one with the transformation.
As he does, he turns into Sivian's sister. My God. Interesting.
And I'm going to cancel this because I don't care for. Also, that was in possession. We came into possession after dealing with some Salashon who had been attempting to help murder all of the merfolk, as well as the fact there's other facts. One, I've actually met Sivian's real sister.
Hey, Ryoma, do we still have that head from the thing that we killed?
If we do, it's probably back on the ship.
Which head? I'm trying to think. This is out of character right now because
Yeah,
Oh, from the big monster that we killed.
that doesn't.
that's very descriptive.
He said the spider head in the chat.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, it could be the spider. It could
I'm
be
away from the chat.
Oh, if
We put it in a
It-
portable hole, if I remember
we
right.
oh yeah, we did, and we never got to drop it off at the ship because we had to go to hell immediately afterwards.
Yeah. I'm just saying that could be potentially, very convincing physical evidence that we were absent and busy in the time period
Oh.
where we were accused of instigating something.
Your Majesty, if you don't mind, would you plug your nose?
I have smelled foul, disgusting, and vile things. Proceed with your evidence.
All right, it's portable whole time.
All right. That needs.
Who has the portable hole?
I don't know which one of us had it. I know I have portable hole.
Yeah.
A portable hole.
It might have been Vercon's portable hole.
All right, so Vercom, I'm assuming you reach in and throw the portable hole on the ground, and then you pull the giant head out.
Yup.
All right, so as you do that and you open it, it actually doesn't smell that bad, given the situation. And you pull out Arasta's head and just what do you do with the head?
I hold it.
All right, so you're holding it with because it's massive for such a tiny gnome. You're holding it with two hands, and you see all the guards take a step back, but they don't say anything. And the woman holds her head up or holds her hands up like she's like in a defensive mode, while Bak Fei continues to stroke his beard, not saying a word. The woman actually looks slightly surprised upon seeing the head, and the Elven King raises an eyebrow. So, what the druid said is true. There was a monster deep in the woods.
His Majesty is well informed.
Very much so. And at its lair, we found a door to the literal hells.
And we spent what was for us a few days, but months for everyone else. Which honestly, with them, I find depressing, because if you're going to make schemes, why would you have a plane that runs so much faster than, or at such a alarming difference than the regular world?
Yeah, it seems like if you wanted to like plot and scheme, you would want the opposite.
So let me get this straight. You tell me, in these past few months, you have gone to hell. You have killed the giant monster in the wood. You have saved merfolk, and you have fought Salachan.
That
Yeah.
sounds like an
Yeah,
accurate
that
summary.
sounds about right.
Is there anything else that you need to tell me with your evidence?
We did fight Levistus, one of the lords of hells.
We also took out a powerful, I believe, Mind Flayer and Elder Brain that had taken over a whole town.
I think that was before we went to the. I'm getting my timeline mixed up here.
It is before, but it is.
Yeah,
but
that
it's a
technically
notable.
was before, but that was another fun thing. We got attacked and killed a ship of pirates that was able to submerge their ship and bring it up from underwater freely.
We also fought another pirate ship that was staffed entirely by a crew of captains. It was the strangest thing.
Them. Early ranking pirates that pretty much had the mentality that everyone's got a chance to be the captain when the captain dies. And yeah, that was a headache.
Although I do think that Graves killed most of them with a fireball, so like the people that were pretending to be captain afterwards, there's just like 4 of them left or something.
Oh, and we tussled with a kraken.
Oh yeah, we did do that, but I talked to it.
Everyone's base passive perception.
Okay.
Shoot.
Verkon's is pretty decent, right?
Well, I also have advantage. I don't know if it's clicked on. Let me double check to make sure.
My passive perception is only a 20.
Jesus.
And now I have to find the perception spot that says that's advantage.
Are you part monk?
Yeah, I have 2
That's
levels in
why.
monk. Yeah,
I can guarantee you it's 21 right now. So at minimum, it's 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine is a
So
16.
Verkon and Ryoma, upon all of this information being front loaded into the king, you see what looks like for a brief moment a glance of annoyance at certain words before he collects himself And you're not sure if it's more of a why are they telling me all of this random information that may or may not be relevant, or why did I agree to this meeting? You're not sure. But at that point, after the last bit, he holds his hand up. Stop. I've heard enough. You seem like you're morally decent, good people. So, as it stands, I have made my judgment, and upon this I pardon you. With any nation that is affiliated with us during this time of dark needs, as they all turn to me for leadership, as I am the oldest king, that you are pardoned of all war crimes that you have been accused of up until this very moment.
His Majesty is very generous.
I wish we had committed another war crime before he got here so that we could get that pardon too. But
Will you shut
Really?
your mouth
You're not helping.
before I grab my rope and tie it shut?
Ooh,
just a joke.
I think you should probably get a room.
Now, with that being said, I would hope you would join my army, as you seem like skilled combatants, as you have bested a monster.
Well, as we have confessed, we are ignorant of the context in which this war is taking place. Do you have someone who would be able to advise us on the situation?
That would be me, Bakfei says. Shortly after the Majesty's meeting at one of our fellow lords Declan's parties, the merfolk became more and more aware to us as a whole, where the king took his graciousness and his generosity and went to Boston Mere, where the queen was, and they talked, and they have liberated, as it was found out to be under the rule of a vile demon,
Put
that
the helmet closed.
that instead it would be a good land post for the merfolk to reside, as their city was destroyed, or close to the devastation, by the Salachar. The king, as he gestures and bows, and his wise wisdom talked to the queen, and the queen gave the idea that while she is more of a spiritual healer and guider, to step down from the throne and let someone take temporary charge in this dark times. Therefore, the man that is known as Sivian Bjorskig was appointed to be in charge of the merfolk, with his daughter as his right hand. Many of the allied nations at this point were welcoming arms. There were a few, however, that oppose and do not trust the idea of this secret society, as they claimed, to have been, welcomed so easily, as they felt threatened that the ships have been going over those waters for quite some time. So they have been trying to neglect our king's wise ways of unity for mass planar protection from these evil cults that Sivian informed us of. So if they are against us, then we are led to believe that they may be affiliated with these cults of some sort, or these houses, if you will, as Sivian has referred to them.
I hate speaking out of my ass, which is actually completely false. I love talking out of my ass. But doesn't going to war with somebody for them not trusting you mean that their lack of trust in you is founded?
That's a bit of a philosophical question, isn't it? We're discussing more practical matters.
I'm just saying that If you're going to go to war with someone just because they're not on your side because they don't trust you, maybe that's the reason they don't trust you.
These houses have been in founding and in the shadows as long as we've been led to believe, as long as history could possibly date. Then, if these nations do not understand the importance of unifying against these threats that are trying to cause the end of the world, or as Sivian called it, Ragnarok, then they clearly are trying to enable it to happening.
I refute that.
If I may, the minister makes a good point, and I might say, Your Majesty, although we do have some combat skill, pitched battle is not exactly our specialty. However, His Majesty might benefit from having allies and agents who can do things that it would be unseemly for His Majesty himself to be seen doing. We can move in more subtle and secret ways and hunt these hidden enemies, and His Majesty will not have to sully his hands with these issues.
Also,
We can even investigate those you suspect while
yeah, rather than go to war, you could send us to maybe investigate and see whether these other nations are in fact corrupted.
You see the king's eyes perk of interest upon this proposal, and he leans forward with his hands cupping together as he leans and looks down at all of you. Proceed with your terms and conditions of this proposal of an agreement.
Well, I would make two requests. The first would be that His Majesty provide us with. Hang on a second, let me look up the official term. Yeah, His Majesty provide us with letters of marque so that if we are detained by His Majesty's forces in the course of executing our duties, we will be given a bit of leeway to serve His Majesty's interests in ways that might be unseemly for ordinary agents of the crown to do. And I would request that our artificer be permitted to have a look at the airship that we are told is in the museum here in the city.
Does anyone else have terms and conditions?
Provided we do manage to provide evidence that these nations aren't working with the cults that you're worried about, perhaps we could get some of the funds that would have went towards the war as a reward. Not all of it, mind you. It would still save you money in the long run. And lives.
Lives are more important when a catastrophe is close at hand. Mostly what I would want is if I manage to get the airship running, you obviously would likely want to track us, and I understand and accept. Would we be able to use that to expedite our own ways of infiltrating such groups? It would provide the perfect staging point for us to enter into places like these other kingdoms and also be able to hide our ship from their view without drawing a bunch of attention. For instance, if we just sail up with a ship, everyone who is part of our crew would thus be targeted. Meanwhile, with access to, say, the airship, we could drop ourselves off, as many of us have ways to float or fly down to the ground without maintaining injury, and then merely communicate back to the ship at a pickup point where we won't have anyone who we are either saving or as part of our crew or expediting the capture of be at a great risk of injury or death. For instance, if we find a cult member who may be speaking into their ears, who you may want to interrogate or punish personally, we'd be able to get them to a location that the other cult members would have a much harder time getting. And considering we could go over land masses, it would expedite our return trips to delivering such a captive.
You even see Bakfei stroke his beard a bit more as he raises an eyebrow, finally averting his focus from Ryoma over to Verkon. This gnome, he is the brains of your operation. He looks at His Majesty and he just nods. And you see His Majesty look at you. I am not opposed to you potentially trying to fix that old, beaten down, raggedy ship. However, know this. 500 years ago, one of our champions, you may have heard of him, Gazgrim, he took this axe from the Storm Giants, and he said he would return it. Frankly, Gazgrim ascended, and to my understanding, quote-unquote, piss off giants, was stated multiple times, as he is now busy fighting evil gods. We have since then have been under hostility of any airships that the storm giants may or may not, attack. So if you go up there, you will have to be under care because you'll be potentially attacked at all times by storm giants. Because you're going into their lands. I do not know what is above the clouds anymore.
Thank you for the warning.
Then we would have to make talks with them, and here's hoping that something hasn't happened where they're being influenced. I really wish I was here for those months rather than stuck in the hells.
I could perhaps seek a council with one of the lords, but you need to understand, unless things have changed since then, and this has been over 450 years, mind you, that there used to be a council of elders for tribes. They might have unified and had one king. I don't know. I haven't used that stone in quite some time, so I would need time to see if I can potentially reach out for it.
Oh, Your Majesty. Since us investigating these matters would delay the war effort, if I'm correct, since you would have to wait for us to garner results. Would you mind if I exchanged some gold or platinum for a magic item that's currently in your reserves for the coming war?
As it stands, as Bakfei has informed me of this situation prior to, I have to keep the war efforts continuing. I would give you a head start as I have to continue the training of my troops, unless I don't know if you want to call them resistance or opposing faction, is going to quicken up their pace, as I am trying vastly to train as many commoners as possible for war in such a short time. So you'll have a head start, and if you can get them to lower their weapons, then I, too, would lower my weapons at that time.
That is reasonable.
That's fair enough.
And
As
to,
a
oh, go ahead.
as just a nice bonus, you may have received a report. I did give your small checkpoint a portable fortress that can be used.
I did. I heard about this in a report from a raven. Thank you. Do you need compensated for your gold for that?
Hmm, you're already giving me plenty with the ship.
And to clarify the terms that I earlier enumerated, during the course of our investigation, I would request that your troops be permitted to give us, be instructed to give us deference when we present the papers you have given us. We will not harm any agents of His Majesty during the course of our operations, and if by some unfortunate circumstance we are caught, we will not betray any notion that His Majesty was involved at all. We will make it seem as though we were acting independently, preserving His Majesty's reputation.
The more about you, Graves, the more I did research into you. And you see his eyes glow a bright yellow for a moment, and you feel like your general thoughts have been scanned. I like what I see.
His Majesty pays me a high compliment.
But know this, I also know what you were prior to, and the sea has been very unforgiving with pirates as well lately.
And so I have been
Should
told.
you go back to being a pirate, even while you try and do this stuff, if I deem it to be so, then know this. My men will kill you on sight. Certain things I can forgive, other things I cannot.
As it happens, sinking the ships of other pirates has proved to be very lucrative at the moment. So, with His Majesty's leave, we will continue to do that. But it does seem to be in our best interest to avoid more to avoid more unsavory activities, at least for the time being.
Speak for yourself. I've only been caring about hunting the damn pirates.
Well, if you would like to kill pirates in the meantime, I'm all for it. We currently have one of the best mercenaries doing it as well on the sea with his crew and his sister. I'm sure they would like a friendly competition. But I will need time to see if we can convince the storm giants, or at least a council. Can I have 24 hours?
Of course.
Of course.
I have
No objections?
I'd have to even try to get that thing to work anyway, so
Then my gods are well aware of your currently residing. I have also, during that time, have taken the liberty of telling the bar owner that the crown will be taking care of your stay there.
Thank you. Very generous. Very generous indeed. Before we depart, Your Majesty, if I may ask a question.
You already did, but continue.
Okay.
Royal jokes. Proceed.
How well do you know Declan?
He looks at you very confused at the name. Well, I trust the man quite well. He's been very financially reliable in this dark time.
Perhaps he's changed a lot in the months I was gone. Curious.
He's also quite the powerful caster, as we have given him his own plot of land compared to his previous island. In fact, it was him, along with me, he gestures to the three in front of him. These three were good at, liberating.
Hmm.
Give me one moment.
In my experience, he has been far less than trustworthy, but perhaps that has changed if he has dealt with His Majesty in such good faith.
The biggest concern I'd have with that was the fact that either he knew, whether he knew or he didn't, considering he was a caster, I would hope he would have known that he was with a fake.
I mean, he may be a caster, but he was never very brilliant. I suppose it's possible he was tricked. Thank you, Your Majesty.
If it's okay, I'd like to go start my studying right away.
I also have something that I'd like to do. Oh, Your Majesty. I was wondering. I assume that you have a teleportation circle. Is it open to people from the Artificers College?
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had kid aggro.
Yep, no worries. Did you hear what I said?
No, I just got back.
Okay. Your Majesty, I was wondering if you had a teleportation circle. Also, is it open to the attendees of the Artificer school?
He looks over at Bokfei, and Bokfei shakes his head. No, the gnomes want nothing to do with the quarrels of moral beliefs as they focus on their research. But we do have a teleportation circle. You're free to examine it on your way out.
Thank you.
Now, if there's anything else, we are running potentially into another meeting with a very important person.
We shan't take up any more of His Majesty's time.
The king looks at all of you. 24 hours. My gods will get you in the morning, and we will see potentially of what we can do for you.
Thank you.
In the meantime, you are able to go to the museum. I will have one of the guards inform them that it will be free of charge for you at least to inspect and look at to the ship. You cannot get on it as it is high above, but you could potentially see any damage before that is on there, as it has not been repaired since the last time we've used it.
Well, I can say I can fly.
We would prefer, for the security purposes, that you do not get on the ship without permission.
Okay.
But you're allowed to, at least if you want to. I'll inform them as well, and please don't make me regret this. I'll give you permission to fly up and look at it, but do not go inside.
I can do that.
And do not go above, just stay where they can see you from the ground.
Stay on the outskirts of the ship. That's not a problem.
Thank you. Now, good day, Graves, Satros and company. I will see you in the morning.
Good day, Your Majesty.
And you see the doors open as you turn to leave, and you see a familiar face standing, walking in. This time not being carried, as you see the long black outfit with the black flare and the cane. Hello. Oh, hey, it's you guys. I remember you. I told you to work for me.
Yeah, shame about that. We got sucked into hell. It was very tiresome.
It was hellish.
Oh, that reminds me, Vercon, don't forget to pack up the giant monster head.
You see him actually walking on his own, not being carried. Oh, this is a drag. Why could I not bring them in?
Yep. What monster head?
Yeah, I guess unless His Majesty wants to add it to the collection, but I doubt it.
Sorry, I missed the last little bit.
Oh, I just made a quick quip about whether or not the king wants to put it on his wall with the dragon heads. It's like, probably not.
Zoop, no head.
All right,
Zoop, I'm gone.
I'm following.
I'm gonna look at you.
As Vercon moves like the wind.
He actually looks at Mara's face. What happened to your face? Why does it look like that? What did you do?
I was attacked.
By what?
I have no idea. I honestly wish I knew what it was. It would make it easier to find and kill.
Well, those claw marks do look really deep. I give you sincere apologies for your beauty now being diminished.
Don't
Oh,
listen to him, Mara. I
that.
think it looks
Thanks.
I sneak up right behind him.
Give me a wisdom save, Katie.
Sure, let me find it. How did my character sheet go? Wisdom. I can't find it. There it is.
Approach this man. You now feel extremely lazy and you want to take a nap.
So I approach him and nothing changes, right?
Correct.
Bullshit.
What a shame. You were the beautiful one of the lot. Oh well.
Don't listen to him, Mara. I think it looks hot.
I'm sure I could patch it up for you if you want, but kind of tired today. Maybe tomorrow. All this walking makes me sleepy.
I'll consider your offer, thank you.
Oh, and if it happens again,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, ask for its name, I guess. Anyways, take care.
Good day.
I just kind of do like a small, quiet little kitty growl.
He turns and looks. Oh, you, yes, Good
Fuck
day.
off.
Yes, I've heard it before. Good day, kitty cat.
Bye.
Hello,
Yo,
it's me.
are you going to stand up there by the throne for the rest of the day?
Hell yeah.
Mara?
Now I'm moving.
Okay.
And you see the king stand up as you are walking out, and the doors close behind you. Mara,
Yes.
when the doors close and you see everyone walking about, you see what looks like behind the pillars the small child from before that you talked to in the city streets, glaring at you before guards interrupt your line of sight, and he's not there. And you guys are escorted out of the castle.
Balric.
Oh, great. More creepy children.
Balric.
Nope, only Mara saw it.
Balric!
Yes.
I saw the kid again.
Oh, did he find his father?
No, he was glaring at me though.
Glaring at you?
And
Well, where'd he
then
go?
the guards passed in front of him and he was gone.
Oh, great. More creepy children. That's exactly what I wanted.
Can I just blame the kid on what happened to my face? Because that would make me feel better. I want
I
to
mean-
punch something.
No
Hmm.
punching kids. We've already had this discussion.
Not
Well-
kids. I just want to punch something.
To be fair, there was a situation we were in where punching a kid could have saved us all a lot of trouble.
True.
To be fair,
How am
it
I the
wasn't.
voice of reason? No punchy kids.
To be
Go ahead,
fair, it
Michael.
wasn't really a kid.
He's right. It was,
It was a
dead body.
golem.
True.
Go.
Only punch fake kids.
And also, if we're dealing with another eldritch being a bullshittery, then it probably is able to take on whatever form it wants. And why wouldn't you take on the form of a kid? A lot easier to sneak into places.
I have read legends that many centuries ago there was an inhuman monster who took the form of a child and caused havoc all over the world.
Lovely.
Can't remember his name. Something to do with crown pieces. Anyway, so these things have been known to happen.
I didn't even do anything to that child. Why was he glaring at me?
Well, clearly it's not actually a child. It's a supernatural, inhuman creature taking the form of a child to exploit our psychological vulnerabilities. Again.
Well, the next time I see it, I'm gonna punt it into hell.
I
We
mean,
just got
we've
back
already
from
been there, so we have an easier way to get there, I guess.
Exactly. The next time I see it, I'm punting it into hell.
Like, hey, Zariel, can you open a gate for us? Thanks.
Though if it's an eldritch being, I doubt they'd really be able to do much to it.
More likely it's a demon of some sort, perhaps kin to the one that we killed in, I forget the name of the town, but you know the one that ran the church, of which we
Well, if
do
it
not
annoys
speak.
Awesome.
it enough,
Austin
they
Weir,
could
thank
do
you.
something about it.
Anyways, I'm off to a museum. Y'all have fun. Bye.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Have
On
fun.
the way out, as we collect our gear that we dropped off with the guards, I'm gonna ask them, hey, does this town, this city has a library, right?
Yes.
Which way is that? Is it near the
Th-
museum?
3 streets down, take a right, follow the signs.
Thank you.
And yes, he's doing this. Meow.
Okay.
Also, I know a lot of the magical items in the city are tied up in the war. Would there perhaps be a place that I could get non-combat scrolls, like scrolls of sending, or something of that nature?
Or potions, for that matter.
All scrolls are being currently ran through and determined how many we need of each. Wait until the king gives his determination on your case for tomorrow.
Very well. Is there a place that sells potions? The particular ones we seek would not be of interest to the war.
Again, all magical items are being processed to determine which ones we need for the war to come.
That's fair. Very well. All right. So, if unless any of you would like to follow Vercon off to the museum,
I think
I'm gonna say no.
as his dust cloud recedes into the distance.
I could maybe catch up to him, but that would be such a drag, and I'd actually have to like try and run fast.
You poor thing.
Well, I would like to stop by the library before I head back to the inn. Do any of you have any errands that you intend to run?
Hmm.
Not at the moment.
No.
Considering we can't get any of it.
Well, perhaps the library might have some information on the event that befell Mara last night. If this is a long-standing thing that happens in the area, there might be some documentation on it.
That is fair. I do have to get the sigil for the teleportation circle that's here. Hopefully one of these guards can guide me to it.
Yep, they were well aware, and you are actually, upon mentioning it, able to be escorted by yourself to the circle.
I will not write down one copy. I will write down 2 copies of the sigil
Okay.
in the same notebook.
Okay. Upon doing that, Brock, the door, because it's actually relatively close to where you can see a shot of the door into the chambers. You see the door open, and you see the rich man walking out with his cane, and he looks kind of annoyed and angry as he like stomps and throws his cane on the ground and stomps again on it before picking it up.
What's got your panties all in a bunch?
Well, where do I begin? Oh, it's you. Give me a moment. And you see him take a very big, like, over-exaggerated deep breath in, followed by an overly exaggerated deep breath out. Oh, I feel better. Oh, just being told no when I don't like being told no.
I feel the exact same way. I'm trying to find my best way to buy a staff, but it is so hard when you don't have access to any magic.
Yeah, this war's a real drag on business.
Very much so. I got all this money in my pocket burning a hole and nowhere to spend it, so
You're the lot that just was in there, and you had some big demon head. What was that?
it was pretty much exactly what it looked like, the head of a big spider demon.
Tell me more about it.
Well,
We killed it.
yeah, we did kill it. Is that what you like? What information do you require?
Your lazy storytelling. I resonate with it emotionally.
Well, if you had magic. Oh, well, here, maybe let me see. I can do something for you. I will use minor illusion to create a replica of the what was it called? Alstar?
Arasa?
Yeah, Arasta. Its name was Arasta. It was a spider demon tied to the cult of the Phoenix.
I haven't heard that particular name in quite some time. Interesting. Well, good job. That thing was a pain in the ass.
It wasn't too bad. Levistus was a lot worse.
Sorry, you fought Levistus.
He was encased in ice. He was released temporarily to fight us. We killed him. Well, I landed the final blow. He possessed my body. He was plotting to kill the whole party, and then my friend Verkon expelled him from my body once we reached the Elven Kingdom.
Interesting. So you guys are really powerful then.
I don't know about that. I think Levistus might have just been weak.
He looks around as he fixes his collar fluff, and he pulls out a card, and he hands it to you. I need you to take a job for me, but we cannot talk about it here with our ears. Meet me at this location tonight and come alone.
Okay. You do realize how dangerous and stupid it would be for me to come alone, and I'm still going to do it, right?
I like you a lot more every moment I see you, kid.
Perfect.
Toodaloo.
See you
As
tonight.
he starts walking very nonchalantly, being exasperated each step. Oh, I hate walking. Can someone carry me? What do you guys do? I know what Michael's doing, but what is everyone else doing?
Well, I'm heading to the library. So if
Mhm.
anyone wants to tag along, that's where I'm headed.
It's
Also, that guy knows he could just get like a floating disc spell or something, right? Like he could do.
That wouldn't quite work because the disc only moves when you move. So he would just be floating in one place.
I mean, he could use his cane and like push like
That would probably be more work than actually walking.
like a gondola. I guess maybe it would.
So we got the library and the museum.
Yeah, I guess once I'm done, since I don't really have anything I really want to do, I'm going to scout out the place that he wants me to meet him.
So it's just a very elegant tavern
Okay.
where literally you see people just getting pampered and everything done for them. Like someone grabbing their bag, someone bringing them their food, someone bringing them like a couch to like put their feet up on, or whatever those called, ottomans or whatever. Someone fluffing another man's pillow at the lounge area, just very lazy.
Oh, you know what? I am going to send my my familiar, my little white pseudo dragon. I'm going to send it to Vercon with a little note telling him where I'm going to be and why I'm going to be there, so that at least somebody knows.
Smart.
I assume he'll be busy, but at least if I don't come back, he'll know where to start looking for me.
It's gonna be funny, but that'll have to wait till later.
Yep. So we're going to start off with Michael. Michael, you get to this massive museum. And upon arriving, you see that the staff there at the door notice you. Ah, you're here. Come. Free of charge. And this is the room. The very first room that you see, where you see it floating above. Well, I guess not floating, but like hoisted, and you see heavy metal chains holding it in the air. The skyship.
I'm gonna start flying now. Yee.
Give me a investigation check.
Just pulling this up. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, that. Okay. Investigation. Well, I have to gnome flex it. I'm gonna gnome flex it. Flasher genius it.
So that makes it a.
18.
What's the total? 18. So with an investigation, you see of an 18. You see a lot of damage. It looks like it could have potentially been from boulders. You see some what looks like old singe marks. You're not entirely sure, especially if what he said about these storm giants is true. Maybe potentially lightning bolts, maybe like flaming arrows or something along those lines, where you see like what looks like burn marks on the wood. And you see the cages. Now, what you used to know back with your studies and stuff, and what was known with the academic college, the cages had air elementals trapped in, and that was the main form of transportation. Now, obviously, things have changed in 500 years. More magic has been, discovered and amplified and things like that. But It looks like the cages at the point were destroyed, where you see massive craters of like metal just ripped open. And on the top deck, you see, while flying up and looking at it, you see more various marks, and you can even go like close. You don't go inside like you said you weren't, but you go close and you look in through some of the cracks and the holes and stuff like that, and you see what looks like a lot of the mechanical aspects inside the ship vastly destroyed, like almost as if it's like a salvaged junker at this point. It's potentially fixable, but it's going to take some time.
Oh, the notes.
And you are brewing an idea because, unless you want to capture air elementals, there could be a way to make the ship fly without it.
Oh, the notes. That is probably a whole notebook of notes.
Yes, you're just writing it and stuff. And at one point while you're writing it, you see what appears like digitizing before you a golden being that just flies around with the ship, and you notice that it's just babbling information at you, not even asking you like your name, greeting you. It just starts talking about the war with the dragons and how the ship was used for aerial combat.
If there's nothing of what it says that is of particular usefulness or interest, he doesn't write anything it says down.
It's just historical information. It's nothing too great, nothing too serious.
So pretty much it's like, and nothing.
You knew that like they used ballistas and harpoons and nets and stuff like that to shoot at the dragons. Like, it's all pretty standard historical information that your books would have covered.
Oh, I got some ideas brewing, and they're terrifying.
And it doesn't appear hostile to you in the slightest. It's just talking. It's, mouth away.
Getting Mass Effect vibes.
And then, as for you guys at the library, you get to the library. You see massive amounts of books, like aisles upon aisles of books.
Right.
What do you do?
Okay, so I think we should split up so as to cover more ground. We're looking for any information that relates to people who have had strange dreams, people who have mysteriously died in their sleep, creepy children, any kind of demonic or eldritch activity in the city within the last 100 years or so. Anything that could indicate that anything in town is cursed. We're casting a pretty wide net here. Anyone have any suggestions? Or additions? All right. Katie?
That'd be everyone but me.
Yeah.
Not
And
really.
me. I'm not there.
That's fair, because he stayed behind for a few minutes to do the thing.
Could look into supernatural stuff, see what they have, see if they have anything based on dreams.
Yes.
No idea what section that would be in.
I'm sure there's a librarian around here somewhere we can ask. Maybe a card catalog.
All right. Let's see. Did the dice like me today?
All right. Let's split up, gang.
I hate you. Please roll investigation.
Try this again. No.
I rolled a 23. Oh, by the way, secretly, I am also looking for any information that they might have on nobility, specifically foreign nobility, like Declan's family or any noble half-elf houses, anything of that sort.
Okay.
I find absolutely nothing.
What'd you roll?
A 7.
Hey, you found some books.
There might be some good stuff in those books. You should look at
I don't know if it's what you're looking for, but you found a lot of books.
I hate the dice today.
It's fine. You'll come back and have like 3 PhDs.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I kind of got sidetracked and just started reading books.
I'm an
No.
expert in basket weaving now.
I hate it. With a 23, you're looking for people dying in their sleep.
Yeah, so I am looking for the stuff that I told everyone that we're looking for, but I am also secretly keeping an eye on that could or like or any houses that had dealings with them. But yes, I am primarily looking for information about people who died in their sleep or any other kind of supernatural activity at night.
So, with the nobility that you're looking for, you don't find any half elves for quite some time, as they're all on the reservation.
Mhm.
As for Declan and your adopted family, you just find information that you're already relevant to, other than more recently when him and, like you were told, the king and things like that were, basically liberating Pirate Island into now a trades-esque style center.
Right. Is there anything about the name Madrigar?
Madrigar. Give me a D100.
Okay. 47.
Not that you're seeing.
Hmm. Oh well. It was worth a try. Perhaps I am simply in. But is there any information about people dying in their sleep?
I mean, people die in their sleep quite often.
Okay. Under suspicious circumstances, like
People dying
anything
in their
can
sleep
happen.
receiving wounds from no known.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You
Like
need to
things that
be
are
specific there,
okay.
buddy.
I was trying to cast a wide net, but yes, anything like anything like people receiving injuries in their sleep or having strange dreams before then dying or having hallucinated things, anything of that sort.
So you're looking more at like more recent like news. Gotcha. With a 23, nothing out of the ordinary in the news, like news articles.
What about obituaries? Any
You'll have to
anything?
give me another investigation.
Okay. Don't think.
Did you see my post?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey DM, I am reading
Oof.
all the books about dreams in the fiction section.
Okay.
Okay. This time I only rolled a 10. My proficiency is 13.
Nothing that you can find in obituaries.
Hmm. Well, I'm turning up empty-handed. You guys having any better luck?
I just look back at him with all the books. I found all of these.
That's quite a lot. Good job. Um, I I would like to now start looking for any information about stories or accounts or legends of creepy children.
I found these. Bye. And I
Kid's just holding a bunch of books up.
She's like buried in a book fort. Okay, so do I need to make another investigation to find stories about
You're
creepy?
not gonna find anything.
Okay, nothing about creepy children. Not even from 500 years ago?
Nope.
Okay.
That's the kind of thing that people write out of the history so people don't realize how close to annihilation they all were.
That's fair.
Do I happen to find anything that might be somewhat important in any of my books?
No.
By pure dumb luck. Mara, what did you find?
I'm not looking for books. I don't want to think about the creepy man from my dreams.
That is reasonable. Hmm. Hmm.
Are you looking through books though?
No.
What are you doing?
Waiting.
That.
Are you sitting down? Are you just
Yes, I
looking
am
like?
sitting down plotting by myself about what I'm going to do to that kid the next time I see it.
I see Mara just kind of sitting by herself. I took a book at her.
Oh, I'm not sitting by myself. I'll sit next to you while you're reading, but I'm not going to read.
She was born to bleed, not to read.
I mean, I'll read when I feel like it, just not right now. I
Okay.
do own books, you know.
Do you?
Yes.
Wow.
Crazy.
So,
Hmm.
anything else that you library nerds are trying to do?
Okay, one last thing. Are there any books here that go into any kind of detail or guidance about uh, the hells, and specifically the demon lords and what happens when you make deals with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
They advise not to do it, as it is bad.
Okay, fair point.
Wait, really? Who'd have thunk?
Wait, you took my line.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Hmm. Uh, is there any information about Zariel beyond what I would already know as common knowledge?
Nope.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, well, what is common knowledge?
She's a lordess, lord of hell.
Yeah.
She commands armies, and she's trying to, fight the fight with the Celestials.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
There's mentions of her blade, and how a halfling from like 500 years ago was last seen with it, but that's about it.
Fascinating. It doesn't say what happened to the sword.
Nope. Or what happened to the halfling.
Hmm. Does it mention uh, why Zariel doesn't have the sword?
It's like a pretty common lore stuff what happens with her.
Okay.
So like, she fought, she failed, the sword is sentient, it left.
Gotcha. I wonder if she wants it back. Anyway. Well, this has been less fruitful than I had hoped. Might be best to call it. Might be best to call it quits for today and come back tomorrow. Perhaps Vercon's errand has been more fruitful. Here's mad chuckling in the distance.
Ah, shit.
At this point, the whole city can hear maniacal chuckling. What are you talking about?
Be afraid.
Guys, I think we should be very afraid. I don't like that. We know that sound.
No,
We
no.
should hide.
You all should be very happy. Everyone else should be afraid.
Should hide. I've got this one laughing next to me. I hear him laughing. We're fucked.
That's probably a sign that he's making good progress. So, every so
And that
often,
sounds like we're gonna get into some trouble.
that's a Tuesday for us at this point.
Fair.
All right. Well, if there's nothing more for us to learn here, we might as well try to meet up with Vercon and Riona, wherever he's gone to.
But books.
Oh, would you like to read some more? I suppose we could stay for a little while longer. So, how long exactly does Kitty want to stay and read books?
Books. And I just point out all of the books.
The answer to your question is yes.
You're going to read all of those?
All the books.
All the books.
Okay. Perhaps this calls for a distraction. I use prestidigitation to create a laser pointer.
Oh my god, you're racist.
Can I chuck a book at him?
Do it. Do it.
Is that strength?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I got a 12.
Me over here casually channeling my inner Darth Sidious.
Do it.
I like
it.
tilt my head to the side and the book misses me. Like, I don't think the librarians will appreciate you doing that.
I flip them off. And then I go back to reading.
You're gonna get us banned from the library.
Me or him?
Yes.
Yes.
What are you even reading?
Yes.
Books.
Yes.
Moby Dick.
No, I was
Bro.
just reading The Turn of the Screw.
Wait, the ship or the whale?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so upon their shenanigans of books, Vercon, the pseudo dragon, appears before you with a note.
Stops. Reads the note. Now, does the note say that you're heading somewhere, or are you just gonna be waiting there like the whole night?
Oh,
Until night.
my note gives you the location that I'm waiting, and who I'm meeting and when, basically. And it says that he told me to come alone. I'm just sending this note in case I don't return. You know where to start your search for me in the morning.
I assume by now he's got plenty of notes on the ship.
Yeah.
Looks as familiar. Follow me for a second. Books it back to the tavern. Take my owl with you. Because he has the owl familiar that he usually just leaves by his forge.
You're literally running to the high-end tavern where I'm chilling. You're just like, here, take my owl.
No. I tell your familiar, follow me for a second.
Yeah, but
Fly
my familiar
over,
just
have my familiar go with your familiar.
Okay. Sounds good. My familiar will take his familiar to the high-end tavern that I'm staying at, and they'll chill with me at, like, I guess, a booth or something. Or
Bro,
table.
you're getting pampered.
Cool.
That is the whole point of this place. The bare minimum.
The bare necessities.
You know. So that's going to be at nightfall because he told you to come at night. So and it's like at best mid-afternoon.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm getting there early so I can be there first.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Existing. Plotting. Probably reading with that one.
Should not have taken me to the library. That was your own fault.
Well,
And now we're reading another thing that has, I don't know, like a child's books on dreams.
No, you're reading The Lusty Argonian Maid.
Okay.
Book 5.
yeah,
Okay.
Vercon's gonna be back at the inn that they're staying at, and he's gonna pull out the book.
Here's the book.
A bug.
Wake up!
Oh my god, it's been so long.
Oh, it's only been about 2 weeks. A lot of things happen. You didn't have a lot of fun stuff. Also, this and just places all the notes down. We're gonna make an airship run.
I'm down.
And pulls out a crystal. We're using this for a power source.
If it had an eyebrow, it would raise it.
It nuked a small area.
Oh. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, also, what can you tell me about this stupid mask?
A mask.
Pulls out the OG mask, the Roberts.
I've seen that thing in like half a millennia. Holy shit. Thing's old.
Yeah, and the whole house it created pisses me off.
Yes, you mean the Mask of Assassins.
Well, apparently they're the House of Masks now, but I don't know. I don't care. They piss me off. What can you tell me?
Can I tell you? That is a good question. Well, what I can tell you is that the mask was made in a ritual with a man that was dying, needed. God, it's been a while. I have to think about the lore of this piece of shit mask. He made a deal with some sort of devil or being. I don't know which one, and got the power to make more masks and blend identity for their own malicious gains.
So you know of a way to destroy it?
Yeah.
Do I just
There's a
take
couple.
my hammer?
No. There's a couple ways. The first way is you bury it in a holy grave of one of the most purest people.
You don't know who that is, do you?
No, it's just anyone that was truly pure of heart. And then you cast sanctuary on the place, and the soul inside the mask will be released. Or you just, cast wish. Wish is a good spell. I like wish.
Yeah, I don't have the ability to cast such a spell.
Neither do I.
Okay, so to deal with this thing, I'm gonna need sanctuary.
Yes.
And a grave of someone pure of heart.
Yes.
Well, I doubt anyone's gonna be happy about me desecrating a grave of someone pure of heart.
Probably not, but it'll be fucking great.
Plus, I don't
Yeah.
know anyone pure of heart. How the hell are we gonna gauge something that's so arbitrary?
It's a mask.
It's fine, Michael. All you have to do is casually desecrate the grave of a saint.
You're talking to someone who is logic-based? Good and evil's arbitrary.
Luckily, finding a holy grave is pretty easy. You just have to dig a hole.
God damn
Get
it.
out.
Why?
Actually, can I cast Sanctuary? I don't know if I can cast Sanctuary.
It's an
Or
artificer
is that
spell.
different?
You can cast it. I checked. It's an artificer spell.
Ooh, so you just have to find a good person.
Excellent. But that's the hard part, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Too bad this world doesn't have any well-known ancient heroes who would probably have super elaborate, easy-to-find tombs.
Yeah, here's the problem. You have to find someone who's pure of heart, according to it, which means good fucking luck. A hero is not always pure of heart.
Gasgrim. Who said that?
Gazgrim was pure. He was just pure badass.
And he don't really have a grave, considering
Yeah, he ascended, yeah.
there might be a memorial to him or a shrine, but there ain't no grave.
Well, all you have to do is convince him to send down an avatar, then you beat the avatar in single combat, bury him, and then you bury the mask in his grave.
Avatars follow the same logic as demons, devils, and extraplanars. When they die, they just poof.
Ah, okay.
Because they're not real. They're made of pure energy. The body's just energy congealed into a solid mass, which is bizarre, but
That's fair. Let's see. Maybe the grave of an ancient paladin would do. It has to be the right type of paladin.
Yep. That's going to be the fun part. He'll deal with find that later. For now, he's going to be drawing up plans with the book on making the airship work. Or upgrading a ship to an airship.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's going to pretty much be making everything anyway, so it'll just depend. Is it more work to fix the airship, or more work to just take a ship and make it an airship?
You could potentially. It'd probably be, depending on time, more convenient.
Yeah, it's all going to depend on which one would take more time. Which we'll figure out as time goes on.
Yep. So Brock is being pampered. Michael is
Plotting.
plotting. What are you three doing?
Well,
Has the library closed yet?
Okay, what are two of you doing?
I guess I start playing cards with Mara since we're just hanging out here. I
Yep,
guess.
we're just loitering.
Can you give me a wisdom save, Mara?
No.
Sure.
Thank you.
Can you roll? 26.
Okay. So you're playing cards, and you feel something weird in your thought process as you flip a card and you see the face of the demon from your dreams, and it goes boo on the card, and then you blink and you're just looking at a regular playing card.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And all you see, Graves, is her just flip a card, looks like she's ready to space out, and then she just quickly shakes her head blinking.
You all
Can,
right?
like, I sense anything going on with her, or am I too in depth in books?
Bro, you are currently reading Sinbad.
All of it?
You're there till they close.
Perfect.
Sanctuary, sanctuary.
Your fault for dragging me to the books to the library.
True. It is their fault.
I didn't know
Excuse
that
you,
you
sir.
were an addict.
Okay, fine. It is Graves' fault.
There you go.
It's a fair assessment.
What were you saying,
Well,
Brett? Your mic is so quiet that I can barely hear you.
yeah, it's because I'm using a different setup because I don't have my usual equipment. I just asked if you are all right because you look like you got spooked for a second.
That thing. I saw its face on the card and then it was gone.
Oh,
Ay ay
so
ay.
whatever it is, it's continuing to try to exert some kind of influence on
Anybody got some Hypnocil? Because I'm not sleeping tonight.
you.
Just stay awake.
Oh my god, your voice was very Pennywise just now. God damn it.
That was the point.
No,
God damn it.
not at all.
I swear to God,
I
if
don't
you
know
just
how to make
casually go,
voices.
hiya, Georgie, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Hiya, Georgie.
Thanks, I hate it.
Get record.
We all float down here.
Right back.
And then, as you flip another card, you see, I told you. I want his attention.
Who?
And then you blink, and it's just another playing card.
What the fuck? Oh my god, go torment someone else?
So while you guys are playing cards, that's the last of it. Brock,
Yeah.
you've been enjoying your pampering. They've given you massages. They've given you drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It's only cost you, 3 platinum for this grand experience.
That's pretty cheap, considering I've been here for like hours.
That's why it's been that much. But you finally get the man. He's carried down by his usual Goliath. Hello.
Hello.
Excuse you, good sir.
What?
Don't mock me.
I'm not mocking you.
Oh, okay, carry on.
So, what did you want to meet me here for?
I need you to do a job.
Sure, you already told me that part.
Yes, yes. And I need it around people that I trust. I don't trust people in the castle. Even though I should. Right there's hits the spot, Manny. Ooh, that feels so good. As you see, like a servant just driving an elbow into his shoulder. I need you to kill the mercenary and bring me his sister. Ugh, right there.
Which mercenary?
The one that's been destroying pirate ships left and right.
So you want me and my friends to kill this mercenary
Yes.
and then bring his sister to you?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'll pay you a lot of gold.
I'll think on it. Do you have any specific information that might help me find this mercenary, like where he actually is?
Not at the moment. I wish I did, but he's always on a boat.
He's on a boat.
He's on a boat.
And it's going fast.
And
Hate all of you.
No, you don't. You love us.
That is true. You do love us.
Yeah.
I is this mercenary a bad person?
Are any of us any really good people?
No, but I do believe that there are some acts and deeds that people consider objectively bad, like murdering children and things like that.
I mean, I wouldn't say he murders children, but he's not a good person.
That's fair. Well, I can bring this up to my captain, and see what he thinks about it.
Commodore,
We only have one ship right now.
that's temporary.
When we get a second ship up and running, I'll call you Commodore again.
And technically, you ain't the captain. He's the captain.
That is true. To be fair, Levistus was the captain. I don't really care about being captain.
Temporarily, Levistus was the captain. Now it's back to you.
So I guess currently, technically, I am the captain. But it would be good to at least bring this up to my friends.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need him to die. I don't care how you do it. Just
What's his
bring
name,
me-
if you don't mind?
Oh my god! Why are you asking so many questions?
And perhaps what he looks like?
He looks like me.
Mm.
He's my brother. Except he has long hair, and he has an eye patch, and he has a fancy burly coat, and he's all like, "Look at me, I'm the strong one of the two." And he has a big red greatsword.
So you're telling me that he's not sleepy like you?
No, he's very angry and very powerful and strong.
I will just put this. I'm going to write this down in my notebook. I'm going to refer to you as sleepy guy, and I'm going to refer to him as angry guy.
Good. Should. But yes, if you could kill my brother, that would be great. And bring me his sister.
AKA your sister.
Technically.
I'm sure that we could potentially do this. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't. But yeah, we probably won't start on it until we actually get the chance to leave the city. Hopefully that's fine.
Fine, it's just, the more you dilly-dally, the more pirates that die, and then that's bad for business.
That's fair. Is he specifically killing pirates that are aligned to you?
Well, you see, and he looks around and he just does a hand wave and the servants leave. Even the one that was pampering you. You see, before all of this happened, I was a protection type of guy and an informant. I would tell the pirates where to go, which routes were the easiest for the pickings, and I dealt with insurance with, the schemy salesmen that went on boats that had, insurance, and then pirates happened. They couldn't do it. They filed a claim, and, we all made money. It was great. Now my money is slowly dwindling. I have to rely on Daddy. I don't like it.
Sure.
I'm lazy, but at least I earn my money in a fair and legal manner.
Sure. We can. My group can handle this for you.
Perfect.
If that's all, though, I'm probably gonna leave,
Perfect.
and
Have
I'll
a
go
good
ahead and
day.
have a good day. I'll go ahead and get up and leave.
My lord, is that legal?
And I'll leave my tab for him to pay, I guess.
You already had to pay. You pay by the hour.
Well, all right.
So you all go back to the tavern.
Yep.
You are back at the tavern.
To anyone who comes up, Verkon's working on papers, and there's a floating book talking with him.
Mm.
Did that book just talk?
Yes, I've had for a while now.
Very well, carry on.
Don't question him. The more we distract him, the slower it's going to take to build this airship.
I mean, the plans are simplistic enough. I just have to worry about whether it'd be easier to repair and alter that ship to work with new plans so we don't have to worry about the kerfuffle of capturing air elementals and worrying if the air elemental containments are going to explode on us or get destroyed, and see if it's easier to repair and modify or just get a bunch of materials and fix up the other ship to do so.
So, the meeting that I went to, Sleepy Guy.
Vaguely. If I remember right, he was very uninteresting. So
Yeah. He has a brother who happens to be a mercenary, and who is out in pirating. He wants me to go out and kill him and bring back his sister.
I'm sorry, his brother is a what now?
Mercenary.
He's a pirate mercenary.
He was referred to as a mercenary. But yes.
Is he the same mercenary that the king mentioned?
I don't know. You think I was really paying attention while the king was talking?
I had hoped.
well, if they're dealing with pirates, that's less of a problem for us anyways. Let people fight the pirates. We got bigger fish to fry. Maybe literally. If I do that, maybe.
Well, I figured that if he's going to attack us while we're on the way, it might be something that we're probably going to do anyways. So,
I mean, fair.
Well,
But
yeah, if someone attacks us, then sure, we fuck them up anyways.
Yeah,
But if they're
and if
not
it
going to be a problem, then I don't care.
yeah, and if it's Sleepy Guy's brother, we just kill his brother and capture his sister. Bing, bing, boom. And if we don't run into him, then we just don't do it.
Though that's very questionable. So did you all have fun finding out about your weird sleepy time friend?
We didn't find too much
Nope.
that was useful, unfortunately.
That's sad, because apparently he's just a cowardly little bitch.
That is true. That's probably why there's nothing written about him.
But I did have a thought. I wonder if whatever it is able to exert its influence on holy ground.
Of which, if any of you could, while we're still stuck here, find a grave of someone who'd be considered pure of heart, that'd be useful.
I mean, we can look in the cemetery of, a church and look for something of a nunnish.
I hate arbitrary answers, though. Not yours. The fact of pure of heart, it's too arbitrary, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's hard to say because if we go to a cemetery and it's on their grave that they're some holy man or they're a good person, just because people perceive them to be a good person doesn't actually make them a good person.
Mm-hmm.
We
True.
could find
I,
Mother Teresa's grave.
I mean,
Although,
I've saved people, but I've also blown holes in ships. So
I wonder
how
if
about
Gandhi
this?
is here.
We could look for the grave of a paladin, specifically a devotion paladin, on account of the fact that if they break their oath, they lose their paladin status. So if they're buried as having been a paladin, they would have to be pure of heart by definition, like a kind of contractual obligation sort of deal.
Hmm. That's not necessarily true. If somebody has an oath to ideals, just because you perform those ideals doesn't mean you're pure in every aspect of your life.
Well, that's why I
I
suggested a
just kind of
devotion
point at
paladin.
Mara.
That's why I suggested a devotion paladin. They specifically swear to uphold ideals that would require them to be pure of heart.
Antics.
though there is one potential fun part of that.
Mhm.
If you're going to the grave of someone like that, what I have to do might cause more issues. I'm
And
solving problems for us, but y'all don't have to be more involved than the location.
mm,
Look, when I cause a problem or a potential problem, I deal with it with me. I'm not going to drag other people into my shit. Unless that shit is going to affect them or it involves blowing someone up and they all want to join in.
Well,
This does not include either of those.
while that is true, that the thing that you're doing doesn't necessarily include us, um, we would be remiss to lose our ship architect to something like this.
I mean, the worst I'll be charged with is desecrating a grave.
I mean, could we technically kill somebody then bury him that we know that's pure of heart?
That's just
uh,
rude.
we don't have the resources to revive them afterwards, so no.
Could we find somebody and kill
I
them that's pure
mean,
of heart?
if. How about you guys just find the grave and leave the rest to me? Worst comes to worst, I turn invisible and hide.
You go clink clink.
I stand up and walk out of my armor. And walk back into the armor.
Do you
It
take
just
that
folds
stuff
around.
off?
I don't sleep in it. It's not big enough for me to sleep in comfortably.
Yeah.
Yet.
I have not been thinking about making a giant mech for myself. What are you, crazy?
Not yet, anyways.
He has his helmet on when he's saying this.
We don't know what you do in your room all day. You say you're working on stuff, but
Yeah, right now it's just a regular suit of normal armor that I'll be wearing normally. Okay. I guess normal is a stretch in every sense of the word when it comes to anything me or any of us do. So, normal enough.
Normal is subjective.
it's normal.
So is pure of heart.
Good luck.
Alright, so yeah, if we find that fun stuff, then we get to have fun. If not, well. Hey, Graves, you want your cursed necklace back? Yeah, throw the necklace at him.
Oh, thanks.
was-
Wait a minute. This isn't cursed. What is this even made of?
Now you ask the questions.
Necklace materials.
It's a silver necklace with a gem. What do you expect? It's not something super elaborate. I made it for the prank. It was entertaining.
Yes. Okay. Hey, I wonder if I could enchant this. What kind of gem is this?
Pick a gem. Any suitably small enough gem can be found in a cut worth cheap enough. I can't remember exactly what I took out, but it was just cheap. we agreed on it. It wasn't something that was worth a crap ton.
Cubic zirconia.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could have made the gem a chunk of that, some of that moonstone that we took.
Moonstone. When did we get that again?
Erastus Cave. I currently have 300 pounds of it.
Holy crap! What are we even gonna do with all of that?
It's an ingredient for certain magic items, and you're talking to a artificer.
300 pounds, though? Have you been lugging that around this whole time?
He has portable holes and bags of holding.
We also technically still have 9,375 gold pieces worth of gold bars.
Oh, that's right. We have
The gold bars.
we never sold them.
I love how we all kind of like forgot about the gold bars. Like, oh, yeah, we still have that.
I just have it chilling in my inventory because, you know.
Like, wasn't that your cut or was that total?
That's total.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we just casually have a truckload of gold bullion just.
Yeah.
We have so much shit just around. It's like, oh, if we need to make a deal, we got it.
Just single-handedly tank the nation's economy by spending it all at once.
Well,
Not even counting that gold, with what Vercon currently has, Vercon currently is lugging around 20,000 gold.
Same. I have about 20,000 gold as well.
Could we
That's-
possibly take over the world?
That's madness.
Okay, the only thing Vercon would want to do is build himself a tower that has its own time flow.
That would be pretty awesome.
Because then he could build stuff and have orders done long before anyone could ever understand how.
I have a staff that I would like to buy, but in order to buy it, I would need to contact the artificer school,
Uh,
which is what I wanted those scrolls for. But
What staff do you need?
I was just gonna see if I could get a staff of power.
that's the wrong thing. I need to look at something.
So,
Hmm.
are you guys doing anything else for the day before you go to bed?
I don't think there is anything else we could potentially do. I guess we could try to look for no. We could potentially look for the grave of a holy person, but there is the chance that they don't meet the requirements and the magic item isn't destroyed by it.
Well, maybe we'd have to do some research to find out who would qualify. Like, I wish you guys had come back with this while we were still at the library.
Well,
He just figured it out.
I figured this out while I was here working on messing with stuff. You all went to the library. I was busy gathering information for our potential future endeavors.
Hmm.
And potentially making us rain much more hellish fire than Ballista.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Oh yeah,
I'm-
what was that weird chuckle we heard all the way from the library?
I just hold up this ridiculous amount of notes and blueprints.
Oh dear God, what is that?
I had to take
Notes.
notes on how everything worked, and then this is the blueprint on how it could all be made to work. I won't be able to truly tell if it'll be easier just to lug all the supplies back to the other ship and fix it all on the other ship, or to do it to repair that ship until I've seen inside that ship. It doesn't look good.
So what you're saying is that we're gonna be here for a while you figure this all out.
Well, pending tomorrow, we may be heading to the. I may be able to see inside right away.
By the way, what time is what is it dark in nighttime yet?
Yeah, it's dark at nighttime.
Well, because I've actually used spells and stuff to move around and take my notes faster than I should be able to. I'm going to go ahead and actually take a nap. As he unfolds all the notes together, pulls out the portable hole from his armor, shoves him in, and then tucks it back into his clothes with the armor. Actually, think about it, because sleep.
Verkon, if you were to do this, would it make sense to perhaps, if it is an incredibly large endeavor, going back to the artificer school in order to get you some help to modify our ship?
The
What about
problem,
that little lady friend of yours?
Oh,
That's
you
one-
mean my magic teacher?
Not yours, his.
Oh.
you mean the person they met off site? That, yeah, there's only like 2, 3 people I'd be willing to trust on this endeavor. 2 of them have the last name of Satros.
Hmm.
So your mom?
And Dad. And my friend. Look, I ain't gonna give all the greedy hands that are at that Artificer Academy access to my blueprints. I'll only give it to people I trust.
That's very
Probably end
fair.
up stealing it.
Oh, they'd steal and try to pass it off as their own, which is why this stays in my clothes in the portable hole.
Makes sense.
I don't trust people. No offense. I don't trust you two. You're a maybe. You're all right.
Wait, who's all right?
Yes, you.
Okay, cool.
You've helped him with schemes.
Okay, cool. I assume that the reason that is the case is because you are confident there's not a devil inside of me anymore.
I mean, I watched him leave. Otherwise, I'd have to punch the crap out of you. And neither of us are going to be happy about that one.
That is very fair.
But no offense, Marky. I don't really know you well enough. I'm thankful that you're willing to jump into literal hell and all that, which does give points. But I don't know you long enough, in my opinion, to agree with the trust. Graves, I know you well enough that I could just say trust with you depends on what it is.
You know him well enough to not trust him.
I trust him with certain things. His ego is not one of them.
That's fair.
Feel bad for you.
Well, I guess we have to meet the king again tomorrow, right? He said give him 24 hours.
Yes. Also, Mara, if that stupid thing shows up,
Mm-hmm.
feel free to tell him I'd love to talk to him because, honestly, unless you can prove otherwise, this guy just sounds like a depressing coward.
If he shows up in my dreams again, I'll let him know. Hopefully he doesn't try to kill me in the process again.
Then that's even worse because then he's just killing a messenger. Which means he's dishonorable and a coward.
Mm.
Don't me, Mr. Fireball.
What?
Aw.
Valid tactic. We gave them a chance to surrender.
After the fireball.
It was a warning shot.
That killed most of them.
Warning shot. It didn't kill all of them, so it's still a warning shot.
Well, they should have
Ah.
surrendered.
As Verkon ritually casts alarm on the room.
Mm-hmm.
Can you post the alarm spell for me?
Whoop, wrong button.
Thank you.
I mean, I can. Let's see. And pretty much, I don't even have to. Like, I could ritually cast this on every door and window and the area. Which, yes, he's gonna spend the next hour to hit every door, window, area, and around his own bed. The one around his own bed, anyone breaks it, it goes off.
No. We can't prank Vercon.
Not that
Why
that's a good
not?
idea in the first place.
I mean, to be fair, in his eyes, he has a very valuable blueprints on hand, and he don't trust people not to try to take it.
That's fair.
Which, it's funny because that means for someone to get to Vercon, if they knew the alarm's there, since Dispel Magic is an individual's, that means they'd have to Dispel Magic on the door, Dispel Magic on the area just inside the door, and Dispel Magic on Vercon's area.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no one got time for that, homie.
Right? And good night.
Good night.
Move.
Water free.
Oh yeah, and also they have to get past the owl too.
And Pseudo Dragon.
So many alarm systems.
Put Legos down on the floor.
Oh,
Who hurt you?
Nah, D4s.
Both.
Both.
Metal D4s.
Yeah.
Both.
All of you.
Do you want the list?
No.
Good. We've
Who
been
hurt
sitting
me?
here for years.
Who hurt me? No one. Who have I hurt? Apparently a lot of people.
So we're gonna take a quick 5 as darkness falls and you sleep. So everyone can get a drink.
And poop.
Alright, so you all go to sleep. And as you drift into slumber, Michael, are you staying awake?
No.
As you drift
The
into
one who said
slumber,
bedtime first.
he's making. Well, he could have been like, lying to me.
No, he put all those alarms around him and went to sleep.
So as you drift and you have your sleep, Mara and Ryoma,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
you wake up and you stare at each other across the room in 2 different beds.
Okay. A midnight staring contest. Okay.
Brock, you see what looks like a child's dollhouse room with these beds, and the sheets are kind of hard, and you see cabinets.
Interesting.
Mara, you have been here before.
Yay. We're back.
Brock. Your arm is missing. You have 1 arm.
Oh well. Are you trying to tell me that my prosthetics are gone?
Yes.
Okay, so that means I only have 1 leg, mind you.
Oh, fuck.
Hop around. Come here, bastard. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, since we've already established that this is a dream, can I try to will myself to have my original arm and leg from before.
Roll me a charisma check.
Okay. Not very good at this.
Ooh, that's a save, but nice.
I mean,
It's the same either way. Yeah.
He gets a
Yeah.
+1, so save or
Yeah.
check won't matter what he clicked.
So, in time, yes, you will your leg and arm into existence in this world.
Plop, plop. Ha
You
I
guys
just-
do not have your gear.
I just imagine it like him like sticking his remaining thumb in his mouth and blowing really hard until like
Oh, the
his
leg
other
pops
thumb
out.
is-
All right, Toon Logic, here we go.
Well, if that's possible, I'm going to hold out my hand and try to will my sword into existence.
Give me another charisma check.
Okay. Nope.
What'd you roll?
A 7.
So you're feeling confident, and you hold your hand out, and you like try to like imagine Kingdom Hearts style the blade appearing in your hand, but nothing happens.
Oh, that's the best I got. At least I got my arms and legs. Mara, is this the place that you were at originally?
Yep. This is the same place.
Interesting.
You hear chuckling coming from outside the room.
Oh, Mr. Scary Demon, are you out here?
As you open the door, you see nothing, but you see a teddy bear, and you see lights going on downstairs where the laughter continues.
Mara's like gripping the back of Ryoma's shirt, like, you go first, you go kill it. I'm not getting close to it again. You go.
Well, so this is crazy. Vercon called you a bitch, so hunt him maybe?
The laughing stops. And you hear from the downstairs, the entire house shakes. He said what?
He said that you are a coward who attacks people in their dreams when they're most vulnerable. So you are a coward, and I believe he did specifically say a bitch.
I'm gonna kill him next.
Not if he kills you first.
You're in my world now, bitch. Welcome back. As Brock, you see this giant being coming up the steps, and it's a very long, massive, slim body with claws for hands and a top hat with an eye, ripped out, and a nose, a big red nose.
Mara, have you ever tried to conjure your weapon in this place?
I haven't. I kinda want to, but that thing scares me, and I don't want to be here.
He holds out his claw hand. You came back to me, darling. Let's play some more.
Can I try to will my sword into existence?
Roll a charisma check with disadvantage.
If it'll roll. Did it pop up for anyone else because it's not showing up for me?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Son of a
Wait,
bitch.
Why'd you break it?
I didn't.
Just give it some time.
My computer's
Or
scared of
click
that
again.
thing too.
A little shy.
My computer doesn't like that thing either. Come on, damn it.
It has anxiety.
It does.
It has performance issues.
That's what I
Well-
was about to say. I swear to
Be-
God.
Before you try to kill us, Mr. What's your name again?
Pennywise knockoff?
Oh, there we go.
Alright, so a 16 does not beat the check.
Damn it.
Mara tries, but she's too frightened with the upcoming PTSD of this place.
Oh, now it rolls. God damn it.
Run.
Did you
It's
take
more
the
fun
20?
when you do that. No.
It
It's more
said, "What's your
fun.
name?"
You can call me Papa. And he goes to swipe at you, Brett. What's your
Well,
AC?
I'm gonna punch him.
Oh no! It hasn't begun.
As soon as he steps up, yeah, I'm gonna punch a bitch.
All right, we're not even gonna turn order. Just roll.
Okay, cool.
I mean, there's not really a need for turn order with 2 people, 3 people.
Pop, 21 to hit,
Okay.
and they're magic. Oh, I guess they're not magic anymore.
That's correct. They're not magic. So you punch him, and he looks at the punch, and you just see the grin get even bigger.
Can I stunning strike him?
Go for it. Yeah, what's your DC?
I don't have stunning strike. I was just asking
Oh.
if I could.
I hate you. Does a 19 hit?
19 does not hit, but since I hit him, I can move. Like I can move away from him if I really wanted to.
No, Mara's slapping the back of your shoulders like, kill it, kill it.
Okay. No, 19 doesn't hit. But I guess I'll just do like a full like round of like punchy boys.
Go for it.
So I have 4 of these for him. Let me just bop.
Ba-da-bop-bop.
So you wail into him, and with the final one, with a spinning kick, you connect clean across the face, and the head does like you hear the neck snap, and he like stands back for a second, and he's like trying to like grab his head, and he's trying to twist it back around. So you'll have a few moments to move if you desire.
Right. I'm gonna pull Mara around him, but I'm gonna let her take the outside and I'll take the inside.
Okay.
So that basically I'm between him and her the whole time.
He like breaks his neck back and stuff upon you moving, and he's still like adjusting. You can see, and he's like, "Wow, I haven't been hit that hard since Father beat me."
Well, he should have beat you harder.
This all happens when you fuck with me. My stronger friends coming fuck you up.
If you don't mind, where's the exit?
Your death is the exit.
No. I mean, like to get out alive. Actually, I have a thought.
Kill it.
I want to stay between Mara and him. So move him back one. I'll be right there.
How dare you?
Mara,
Yeah?
have you tried willing yourself awake?
No. All I did was run away. I don't like this.
You should try willing yourself awake. I will stand here, I guess.
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable leaving you here alone.
Well, once you're gone, I will follow quickly behind.
You better. Can I try? What do I need to roll, Jake?
Roll me a whiz or a charisma save.
Charisma save?
Yep.
I rolled through the app, so it's either a 27 or a 24. I don't know.
Okay. I will get back to you.
27 if it's regular, 24 if advantaged. Or
Bro.
24 if disadvantaged. But
Yep.
He's gonna try and take 2 hits on you.
Sure.
Does a 23 and a 22 hit?
They would normally. Can I cast shield in here?
You technically are asleep. No.
Sure, but I'm awake in here.
Don't try and logic me. Take 8 points. Wow, I rolled low. 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
For the first attack, second attack will be 10.
Okay.
Mara,
Yep.
you wake up screaming, and you see her poof and fizzle out of existence, bro.
Oh. Now, if you don't mind, perhaps we can make a deal or something.
Oh, dear
Is there
Jesus.
is there somebody that you actually want killed, aside from me, obviously?
I want all of you killed.
And why would that be?
Because I want the attention. I want the favor and the love. Die!
Well, I'm sorry, but fuck you. I'm gonna punch him again. I'm just gonna go punchy boy.
Go for it.
Punch.
Slap, adapt, a yap.
Punch.
So Mara's
Punch.
awake now?
Yep, and everyone heard her scream.
Punch. And then I'll action surge.
We'll get to you guys after Brock's done with his stuff.
Punch.
Punch, 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 punch,
Punch.
punch, 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 punch.
Let me see how many that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's my action surge bonus action. And is he just like chilling there?
So he takes all of them, and he takes a couple steps back as you punch him into the wall, and he's like,
And then I'll just go ahead and start jogging downstairs. Catch me if you can, you little bitch.
No, he told Mara that he was gonna wake himself up after I left, so she's gonna go over to him and like shake him awake.
Brock,
I did say that.
Roll me a charisma save with advantage.
Okay.
But here's the thing, it's a save.
Yeah, I suck at these.
Well, no, it's a save.
Oh, do I get the bonus from her being next to my body?
You do.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Plus 5.
So, 20, whatever her bonus is, added to 18.
So as you are running down the steps and you hear him say, "Get back here," you see the steps actually start acting like an escalator and moving up.
Mhm.
So you're like running in place, cartoon style. But then you feel sweaty hands on your shoulders, and you just blink, and you see yourself being shaken violently in your bed by Mara, getting ready to backhand slap you awake.
I'm not gonna slap him awake. I'm panicking like, bitch, you said you were coming with me. Wake up.
Yeah, I'm awake.
All of you also heard all of this. Well, didn't hear them in the dream world, but her, scream, wake up, go over to him.
Oh, jeez.
You said you were right behind me.
Well, I punched him a couple of times, and it almost seemed reasonable for me to say. Vercon did say he was a bitch, and he kind of seemed like a little bitch.
God damn it, Rioma, don't do that.
You punched the dream.
Well, yeah, I punched him like, I don't know, like after you left, I punched him about 7 times, and I punched him about 4 times before that, so I punched him like 11 times.
Did you learn anything about the dreamscape that he uses for these attacks?
If you punch him really hard, he's a little bitch, and it staggers him.
Okay. Did you learn anything else?
So while you're in the dream, it seems that if you are conscious enough of it, and perhaps there's something else involved, you can will things back into existence. For example, I didn't have either of my prosthetics when I went into the dream world, but I was able to will my original arm and leg back into existence.
So when you come to awareness inside the dream world, you don't have any of your gear or weapons or equipment with you.
Correct. And I did try to cast a spell while I was in there, but it didn't seem to go off. So I do think that if he takes maybe you, Graves, that you might be in a terrible pickle.
It's possible. When you cast the spell, how did you try to cast it?
The same way I normally do.
Maybe that's the problem.
If it's a dream, why don't you just will things to happen?
Precisely. It seems that the way that you willed your arm and leg back into existence, you might have been able to will some kind of spell effect if you had attempted.
That is totally possible. I will say I tried to will my sword into existence, and I wasn't capable of doing that.
Mhm.
So I, at least in the combat scenario, I didn't have the presence of mind to try it again because it had already failed me once.
Can I see that he's hurt?
Yes.
I'm a tiny bit hurt. I'm missing like 18 health.
Well, I'm healing you for that.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations. Hmm. I don't feel like doing the math for lay on hands right now, so I'm just saying take the healing, go back to sleep.
Yep, that's fair.
No more nightmares, please.
Oh, Vercon. I did pass your message along to him. He did not seem happy to be called a bitch and a coward. Probably because he is a bitch and a coward, but like the things that are true are often the most hurtful. It seems like he wants the fame and adulation that the love that we're getting that didn't quite make sense to me.
If he wants that, then he should stop killing because obviously that's not going to get him any of the things he wants.
Mm.
Like, does he have the IQ score of a potato?
It did seem like that.
Just
My
random
thought,
killing's not going to give you love.
I was
Maybe
thinking,
fear.
yeah, I was thinking that it made more sense to perhaps talk to me because me being somebody that doesn't particularly care about the fame and the freedom, I could say start using his name as my own, and he would basically accumulate all that love and positive feelings and positive reputation that would normally be associated with me to him.
I think you're trying to apply logic where there is none, and that sounds like a fruitless endeavor.
That's fair. The main reason I thought about it is because you said there's another man named Graves.
I
Well,
mean,
there was a very long time ago. He's
I have Roberts in my pocket.
Yeah, and Roberts. It's a very similar thought process, I thought. So
mm,
I thought it made sense. But he seemed to be more interested in killing us than actually getting what he wanted, which seems kind of silly. Oh, but he did say he was coming after you next, Percon. So
Well, obviously, if he's coming after me next, looks over you do. He's failing terribly to do anything.
I I did tell Mara to try to wake up. So apparently you can will yourself out of the dream, and you can apparently be shaken out of it.
hmm.
Welcome back, Kitty.
Well, this is all good information.
I'm not too worried about going back to sleep, honestly, because I wasn't to the point that I was like actually scared of him. I think it was more because since my body kind of is a weapon, I kind of felt a little more confident squaring up and just punching him.
I mean, I die, then I have no worries. So
That's fair.
Please don't die.
if the whole thing's betting on me being scared of dying, that's kind of a poor choice. Because when you die, there's nothing left to worry about. Yeah, it'll suck that I don't get to complete my stuff, but I could also, if I feel like I'm about to die, I could probably do something that will, depending on how things work, be very terrifying in there. So maybe?
Well, if we do, if you do scream in the real world, like Mara did, or something like that when you die,
She wrinkles her
uh,
nose at you.
do we have the necessary diamonds to bring him back?
Mm, let me check. How much does this use? We are a bit short. At least I'm a bit short.
Hmm.
I have about half the amount of diamonds that you need for Revivify.
Well, nobody died tonight, and then we'll go see if we can get some diamonds tomorrow.
Reasonable enough, I suppose. But what's interesting about this is that this time you both went into the dream world together.
Yeah, we were on beds next to each other. It was really weird.
Do you have any idea why you were both taken this time?
Well, apparently he wants to kill every one of us. So
He's getting impatient.
I will be
Ah.
honest, I had a lot of fun punching him.
Oh, I bet you did.
So I would not mind being taken back in again.
Hey, maybe you could punch him while I try to carry a conversation, see how it goes.
I'm more than willing to do that if I get taken back in. That is, of course, assuming I can will my arms and legs back into existence again.
Yeah, though at the same time, it'd be kind of depressing if, we go in and he doesn't have the brain cells necessary to actually realize maybe sitting and figuring out something is better than just trying to brute force a solution, because that only works a portion of the time.
And not even a large portion.
Especially when apparently you get the crap beat out of you by one of the people you supposedly trapped.
Yeah, you get the shit beat out of you by a guy with one arm and one leg.
I mean,
This
I'm pretty
this
sure you could still fight fairly well enough even without him.
Yeah, I just wouldn't be able to move around quite as well.
this creature is powerful, but it seems to have the intellectual capacity of a child.
I would
We may
say
be
of
able
a
to turn that.
walnut, but that works too.
We may be able to turn that to our advantage, given enough time and preparation.
Well, it seems to be attacking every night, but since it did attack another night, well, what time is it? Is it still middle of the night?
Yeah, it's about 4 hours in.
Seeing as how it is lazy, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and if it shows up, then I'll have a talk. If it don't, well, it could go nurse that potato IQ, and maybe we could have an actual conversation.
Well,
Because
if
moving through dreams is actually kind of interesting.
if he does bring me back in, I will make sure to relay your message to him. If he's too afraid to bring you in next time.
Anyways, good night. Rolls back over.
Oh, that's fine.
So who's all going to bed?
I'm
very
going
well,
back
I
to
suppose.
sleep. Amen.
I'm
I'll
going back to
try.
sleep.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
And just like that, you all sleep through the night.
All you gotta do is punch him in his stupid face and force yourself to wake back up.
I mean, hearing if you're gonna actually relay that in the morning.
Oh, I did tell you that while I was talking to Graves that that Mara forced herself awake. So
Well, also considering that alarm wakes people up effective enough, I probably could just set an alarm and have one of our familiars wake us up.
mm-hmm.
And anyone who doesn't wake up, just keep pecking at them until they wake up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's actually a very interesting idea. Like set an alarm around each person and then have it so that it sets off when when the familiar goes inside of it?
Yeah, and then just have a familiar wait, and I mean, looks at the familiar. Did any of the marks appear on him before he woke up or after he woke up?
As soon as they woke up.
Okay.
Okay, so can't use that. Meh. 4 hours in, wake people up regardless.
Yeah, I think that's
Eh,
probably safe.
It's aggravating, but whatever. But also at the same time, it'd be sad to wake up in the middle of a conversation. I don't know. I guess we'll see how talkative the idiot is, or if he's actually got a brain. Just constant insults.
Yeah. We don't like this guy. Get out of our heads. Get out of our dreams, you little bitch.
Well, we might as well all go get ready for a meeting. Plops out the armor, puts it on.
Just imagine if I had continued my martial arts training.
You know, it seems like it'd be most likely the best idea that as soon as you get in, just try to will all your equipment to you.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing to try next time.
Honestly, I expect you will only become more powerful in the dream world as you continue your training as a wizard.
Damn elven dreams.
When did he get that stupid thing running? I thought they decommissioned that years ago.
Well, this is the elven capital. You have to expect the elven traits.
That is true. This is the
At
elven
least the
capital.
elven grandfather clock got decommissioned.
True. Thank God. Well, that was a brave quest. It had to be done.
The great heroes
So,
of yore did it.
as you all wake up, and you notice that there's glowing outside of your window, like a bright red.
Like the sun.
Bright red, Brock, not orange.
Red sky at night, sailor's delight. So it's nighttime. We slept all day.
Yes, you missed your meeting.
After automatically putting on the armor with the axe, it just walks over.
You see in the sky written as if a message waiting purposely for you. I will kill you, so I can get the love and admiration of Zargothrax. Rest
Zargothrax.
assured, your punches will do nothing from here on out.
Does anyone else see that? Like, does anyone else on the street see the?
I don't even know who the hell he's referring to.
Yeah, what's a Zargothrax?
I will type the name out for you.
We haven't heard of him, right?
You have not.
Yeah, I'm making sure that it wasn't one of the ones that's been mentioned, but I was pretty sure.
And as soon as that is done, with enough time, the message fades.
No, I'm gonna go eat. So, trotting downstairs with everything already stored in the portable hole.
You know, it'd be interesting, Vercon. So, the spell, sending, can go across planes and whatnot. I wonder if you could send a message with sending to this creature.
Sadly, I'm like, hold on. Closes the door. Pulls out the book. Hey. You're able to teach me how to do the familiar. Is it possible you could teach me to do sending?
Time? It's a very powerful spell compared to familiars.
I mean, both simplistic. Like, I could use a scroll of it. It's just I don't have access to the scrolls often.
Can't give you spells willy-nilly like that. It takes time for me to be able to give you the capacity to add to your spells. I mean, I could.
I'm getting close to the capability of casting it myself, but I still need to do a bit of studying to get there.
I have a good question. Hey, is there anything you need? At the book.
Any maybe some decent sleep, but you know.
You just had like 2 weeks of sleep.
Listen, bro.
Does the little book need some paper?
I make infinite amounts of pages. I don't need anything.
Need some ink?
I'm going to cast Vanish on you now.
Well, why don't you skip that and cast sending and send a message to the scary guy?
To what scary guy?
There's some dream monster thing that's attacking them, pulling them into the dreams and attacking them, and it's causing damage in real life, and apparently wants to kill us for some Zargothax's love and affection, who I don't even know about.
Oh. Zargothrax.
Alright.
Alright, I'm going back to bed now. Good night. And it quickly closes his eye.
Of course you know something. Alright. Put it away.
You hear its giant sigh of relief from your bag.
That doesn't mean it's done.
It is for the moment.
I'm gonna open you up and spill some coffee on your pages.
You wouldn't dare.
Don't tempt him.
A waste of coffee.
What do you want to know?
I
I have to pull it out so it's not muffled for everyone.
Who is Zargothrax?
That's an ancient name of a being that I haven't heard of in a long time.
Continue.
Zargothrax is from the stars.
So another Eldritch style being.
like the
That makes 4?
No. These people are not of Eldritch horror. They are literally star people.
from the astral plane.
Okay, so then this thing is something that works for them?
It is one of the more powerful ones that wants to take over the planes.
And so it wants to get rid of that one's trying to get rid of us because we interfere with that. So by getting rid of us, it win love and affection. Okay, so yeah, it's just a coward that hides in dreams because it can't face someone in
Zargothrax, I
Not
believe.
Zargothrax.
No, I'm
The
still
little
rambling about. Yeah, no. That might be one of his children. But Zargothrax, to my understanding, is in charge of the House of the Phoenix.
Okay, so yeah, so again, more people we gotta deal with and be annoyed with. Man, I wish I could use wishes right now because things are annoying. Well, that explains
Zargothrax
it.
is a powerful mage. Be careful.
It's alright. I've been studying magic for like a whole month and 6 days.
Oh, I wish I had your optimism.
Well, at this point, we've pissed off every single thing that deals with the phoenixes, so including pissing off the phoenix directly.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
Matt, Phoenix is still alive? Holy shit.
At least it was as of however many months ago the meeting happened with the fake mermaid and all that stupid crap and Declan and
Yeah, it would have been like 6 to 8 months ago, I think.
I don't know. We went through a time warp.
You see the book start.
Time warp
You see the
again.
book processing like all this information, and Vercon, the book opens, and you see like various scribbles of formulas and possible outcomes before like the pages like erase themselves, like kind of like an etch a sketch where the pages shake and then like the writings disappear and you see more stuff. Give me a Arcana check.
Ooh, can I make an Arcana check too?
Please, me too.
Sure, go for it.
Arcana, and I'm going to flash a genius myself on that and make that a 18. Unless I had advantage, which I didn't think I did.
You did not.
If I did, that would have been a 30.
Let me know what everyone rolls.
I got a 23
I'll let
because
you
I've been
know once.
studying magic for a month.
Oh no, I don't know shit. Never mind.
Okay. So it was a 23 and an 18. You both passed the check. So you see that he is calculating what spells could be used for planar takeover, and he's trying to figure out what all possible outcomes could be with each different spell. So obviously the wish spell is an unknown factor. Plane shift.
Yeah, because wish could be interfered by gods.
Plane shift could be the greatest possible outcome. And then there is a spell that has been lost to time, a time magic, that you guys quickly see. And it has a probability chance of 80% success, where this being would rip a hole into the ozone of the plane itself to get to the stars, and then pull the ships through with gravitational magic.
So, watching and memorizing everything you can, Verkon's actually gonna have the book down and be copying everything as fast as he can.
There is one spot that the book tries to figure out as well while it's doing all this stuff, where it could potentially take place. And it takes you to the, well, you see it draw a quick world map, and it actually puts it right here.
The Tree of the Wastes.
Near the Tower of the Mage, because that's the most magical aptitude area on the plane. And then the book closes and looks at you. Yep, you're doomed. 100%. It's been fun.
We'll see about that.
Ping it again
Maybe
for the sake of the recording.
Huh?
Ping it again for the sake of the recording.
Oh, yeah. Boom, right there.
Oh.
In the Wastes. The Tower of the Wastes. Yeah,
Okay.
there. Look at the character down in the Wastes.
Yeah, I see it.
Well, now we just gotta figure out if everything's jolly good with the Elven King on that part, or if we have to worry about him being manipulated. Otherwise, if we get him, solve the issues of the others, and then we have a large enough force to push things around, at least to deal with the fact of keeping some of these people out of the way. You know, get rid of all the meandering folk, and then we can focus. Look at the book. Maybe we should make a bigger cannon on the bow.
From the shadows, your drow appears. I'm all for blowing things up.
Oh, yeah. So you all remember the... Okay, two of you. I don't know if you ever... No, you didn't really see anything about the fun horse thing, though you might have... Maybe... You haven't seen it, you might have heard of it, Eric. You two. You remember the horse?
Yes.
Yes. Of course I remember the horse.
This was the power source.
Mm.
It's going to be the power source for the ship.
Excellent.
Also, this means I'm probably going to be the only person who knows how it all works, so you try to steal something from me, you better be ready for the thing to plummet to the ground.
Okay.
Luckily, I can fly, so if that does happen.
But, yeah. Maybe a big cannon at the front for single very devastating attack. Though won't want to use that too much because likely to cause the entire ship to fall if it's used too much. Or maybe set the entire thing to have a explosion, which could then turn the entire thing into kamikaze. And I think maybe whoever does that has a ring of temporal salvation. Anyways, that's for the future. We should worry about trying to unify everyone to stop all this from happening.
Very much so, which means we should probably go see the king soon.
Well, we'll be summoned, so y'all might want to eat because we don't know how quickly things are going to go downhill.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Enjoy
there's
yourself.
also Death Lord.
Enjoy yourselves.
You have a good nap. I'll bring more information to you later.
Well, unless you need me, I'm heading back to the ship.
Oh, I thought it was the book talking first. So you're going to head back to the ship? Oh, by the way, that'd probably be a very good idea because I'm planning on destroying the mask, and that might make all the other masks useless.
Perfect.
Honestly, I hope it does because, one, that's going to be hilarious when a bunch of people realize they're talking to a fake, and two, I really don't need us having a bunch of people who could hide around as whatever they want.
Well, good luck. I will be back at the ship waiting on your return. And he goes back into the shadows.
Well,
And
assuming the best course of action is to turn our current ship into a flying ship, then we can just get the materials and take it back to the ship, correct?
Yes, we will likely have to get a carriage.
Yeah.
If this was artificers, I would be able to get some of the artificers to rig up some mechanical horses. I mean, they have the mechanical dogs. I'm sure we can make mechanical horses, no problem. But they're a bit too far south.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. So let's go to food.
Food then king.
Yep.
so, yeah, same as before. You get some food. The guards appear.
The time is come.
And they escort you to the place. And like before, you are told to put your weapons away.
Yep.
Ryoma's shackled like Loki in Thor the Dark World.
We're not doing that again.
Oh, no, doing it. He made the statement. He has to abide by the rules that he put himself in.
I punched a dream demon last night.
Gonna go all the way up here. Just head right on up to where we were before.
This time you see the king He's sitting with his hands on his throne arms, I guess is the term. And you see his eyes glowing a pure blue, as if he's like in some sort of trance of a spell, before blinking once Bak Fei addresses that you're here.
I see people hiding.
He hasn't been possessed or anything, has he?
Good morning. How can I help you?
Good morning, Your Majesty. We have been summoned to hear your decision.
Ah, yes. I have tried to contact the storm giants. I spoke to two of the tribal chiefs, and they both told me, and I quote, and you see, like, as he does this, he like tries to like give a contorted face. Fuck you, we want Axe back. And then yes, that's what they said. End quote.
Okay.
Oh
Doesn't
well.
Gazgrim still have the axe?
Yes, 100%.
Well, then how do they expect anyone to get it?
Go steal it from Gazgrim.
Doesn't that require leaving our own plane to go to wherever he's currently residing to try and take an axe that is designed for giants, which means most of us can't even lift the damn thing?
I never said storm giants were smart creatures.
Yeah. Also, how exactly would one sneak up on and steal from a god?
Very
Well, I
carefully.
assume while you do it while he's sleeping, but picking up the axe is a whole different story.
Right.
I've heard stories of Gazgrim, and I heard that he doesn't sleep.
I've also heard stories that he also dropped the axe on the dragon, and the dragon fell to the ground because it weighed more than what the dragon could hold.
That does sound like something he would do.
So, no, this man is beyond scary. No, thank you.
I would rather try to make a deal, which would then probably end up requiring a contest of strength, knowing how ridiculous this person is, and I'd probably fail.
Well,
True.
if we want to make a contract with giants, why not compete with them in a trial of strength? That seems more feasible.
Yeah, anything is more feasible compared to contesting the might of a god.
You're more
Also,
than welcome to try.
we learn some more fun news. Have you heard of a Zargothrax?
The minute you say that name, you see his face burrow into a deep glare. Come again?
Apparently it's
I know the name.
apparently it's working with some of the fun fights that we've been dealing with, and it's highly likely going to attempt a planar takeover, and one of its servants is attempting to kill us in our dreams like a coward.
Oh, and I did punch
It's
him like
it's Vercon. What do you expect?
yeah. So last night when it tried to kill me in my dreams, I punched it 11 times.
He holds his hand up. Enough. I don't want to hear any more. That name should have been wiped from history. Interesting. It seems that their connections is deeper than I thought.
Yeah, it apparently is, well, one of its potential children, or I don't know, is what's trying to kill us in our dreams to win the love and affection of it.
And if our intuition holds, then another one of its children was responsible for the tyranny of the church in Bosnia, as well as the current machinations of this Phoenix cult.
It takes him a few moments to recompose himself. as he just sits back into his chair more lax. Still tense at the name, but more laxed.
Apologies,
Forgive
Your
me.
Grace. We didn't mean to cause you unnecessary distress.
I haven't heard that name since I was a child. You see, Zargothrax was a being that was a problem for the Elven nation prior to the Dragon Wars, where one of the knights that was assigned to watching me grow up dealt with before the dragon attack on the city. We thought that he was bested. I will have to deal with that in a more private matter. But thank you for the information.
Going to roll insight to see if he's being sincere about pretty much the intentions behind deal, if he can.
Same.
Go for it.
Because he's wanting to see whether he
Oh,
can
never mind.
trust this
What'd you roll?
insight.
I rolled an 11.
I'm going to go ahead and just flash a genius that to a 25.
Nice 20/20 vision there.
Perfect.
Well, now it's 25/25. I have even better than better vision.
$25, you said?
Yes.
He seems sincere in his words.
Then, would you like the likely place that such potential rituals and takeovers may take place?
I'm assuming it will be the last time, similar to the last place that he attempted and failed. Near the Archmage of the Plane?
Yes, the tower.
Reputable, yes, of course. It's one of the most prominent areas. It's also the only true defense and also the biggest beacon.
Well, have you given any further thought to the proposal of granting us a privateering license, if I may inquire?
You can do what you do as you see fit. With Zargothrax and the war now in the mix, things are going to get worse.
Which is why I'm going to attempting to get everything up and moving as fast as possible, potentially even while we're on the ocean if the damage inside of that airship would be too much to attempt to fix and alter into usable shape. I might just get the necessary materials and take it back to our ship to upgrade it.
Just remember this. The last time that thing was used, it was facing 5 storm giants. Storm giants are notorious for throwing massive boulders, like the size of meteors, and calling lightning.
That gives me ideas.
So, depending, it might be too irreplaceable or fixable.
Irreparable damage.
That's word, thank you.
In that case, maybe with the source that I'm thinking of, generating lightning rods for pulling the lightning to a specific point to potentially be reused, and reinforcements on the hull.
Maybe you could install spell glyphs that would channel the energy into lightning bolts.
I have ideas. But if all is okay, if the permissions are granted that I may look in, even if I have to do it with someone else, I can float around not touch anything to document the damage, and if it looks too much, then I shall proceed to acquire the necessary components to upgrade our ship.
By all means, you're allowed to do so.
Alrighty. Well then, anyone else?
Nope. I guess we're gonna go do this and then investigate the half elves.
If able, try to deal with the other houses. If Zargothax is in charge of one, and they all listen to the one, the quicker we get the houses to crumble, the more better we'll be off in the long term.
Indeed.
There.
We have a checklist.
Yeah, we have a checklist. The House of Masks is currently on the target list.
They won't be masked for very long.
Provided everything works as planned, no.
Oh,
But that depends. Anyways, I'm gonna head out.
Oh, of course. I have a couple questions for His Majesty, if I may. The first being, I have heard many stories of great heroes of ages past. Are there any to whom I might pay my respects before I depart?
Oh, yes, there is. There's a couple. One of the most notable ones would probably be Iris, the cleric. They were buried here in the cemetery out back.
I would most appreciate it if I and my companions might pay homage before we leave.
Proceed.
Oh, and speaking of house elves, Your Majesty, have you ever by any chance heard the name Madrigar?
No, I don't deal with half-elf affairs or their annoyance outside of recent events.
It's worth asking. Thank you.
Come again?
Musing aloud, it's a name that I came across in my travels, and I have yet to discover its significance.
Good luck. Anyone else?
Nope. Not for
Then
me.
you're dismissed. I have much business to attend to now, as he stands up and walks down the steps. Bach Fei canceled my meetings for the day. I will be in my chambers.
I would have my character move, but I had to walk away for a minute.
Yep, no worries.
You
I would
see, as you're leaving and he's coming down, his right hand, Bach Fei, and then the other woman following behind him as they take a right, as you are escorted out with haste by the knights.
Well, I'd say that meeting went well.
Yeah, I think that went relatively well.
Yeah, they even told us where we could find the grave of a saint.
I had to get. I'll be honest. The reason I spilled all that is by dumping a lot of information that shouldn't be common knowledge, especially something like that. I could gauge a reaction, which, based on previous interactions, I figured would be favorable. But I need to know.
It also might slow down the general process of things because when you have to consider a world level threat like that, typically you have to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
which might mean more of a defensive war versus a forceful war, which also means while we're dealing with the houses and hopefully trying to patch things out with everything else, it might give us more time and reduce the loss of lives, which is good for multiple reasons. If you want the business answer, more lives, more people to have business with. If you want the nice answer, well, protecting people who didn't deserve to die. You want the more realistic, we're going to need every fucker on this continent and maybe more just to deal with these threats.
Well, I have a question for you guys. Do we prioritize the houses, or do we investigate the half-elves and prioritize the war first?
I suspect that the two are intertwined somehow.
Can we do both at the same time?
Well, we got one thing that we know for sure. We know there's a big wolfers up north, and considering my draconian friend has it been trying to get their eggs back from them for months.
Having a dragon owe you a favor is definitely a really good position to be in.
If they're still alive.
Fair.
I do hope my friend is still alive. Considering you still have the scale, can you locate it? Ryoma?
Mm, I'm not sure. I don't know if I know that I probably can't. With my current capabilities, given the whole 1 month and 6 days type of thing. I don't know if the person that's teaching me magic could do it either. I'm just not sure what her current spells are. I'm sure the spell exists.
Oh, we were using it all the time, remember?
Yeah.
Scrying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We used it all the time. And then they shattered my stuff.
Yeah.
Goddamn Kraken.
Like
Still want to kick his ass.
Like if we wanted to do it on the daily, I don't think my master can do it. The only way we would be able to do it is to go get another orb of scrying, which would require us to go to a place that we can buy magic items.
Hmm.
Which would take us down south, which would be just east of the half-elf reserve.
Huh?
No, that would
Or
we'd
is
be
that the
west. That would be you're talking about the Asmar Tiefling
Yeah.
village.
Well, if we head towards the half elven half elf city, it would take us past the northern region where that wolf and the dragon's eggs said to be.
Well, if we head up north, which could be a good choice, hit that and head over across the north towards them, that'd be nice. However, we still have one more place we're gonna have to make a trip to.
That being
Pirate Island.
oh well, yes. Isn't it's run by Declan now? So one, I'm sure it will be fortified. Two, what would we hope to find there? I mean,
It's not find. Or did you forget people that we saved?
saved. I don't know. I am drawing a blank, honestly. Like, you
Who
think
would
it
I even
stands?
bother going to the hells to save?
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Vivian's sister. Why did you have to be so vague about it? I was thinking. Never mind.
And of course, you say the exact words I was avoiding. You do realize we're in a very well populated area where one person with a familiar could easily pick up any information someone lays down, and people knowing of certain things can cause people to become aggressive to us or attempt to cause harm to us.
Possibly, I suppose. Although I will say that I haven't said anything other than she exists. So, not a whole lot of new information. So, you're saying that we should try to get more information about her and her connection to Declan
Mm.
on the island.
You know what? I'll explain at a later point.
Well,
We got a bunch
Well,
of stupid things
yeah.
that we need to take care of, so
yeah.
first,
And I don't expect the island to be easy to approach. We probably have better luck with this old island at this point.
We'll explain it to you on the way.
what I wouldn't give for the ability to speak telepathically at this point.
I think there's a spell for that.
Actually, I think I think we can do this. I'm gonna like look at my pseudo dragon, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, maybe you should tell him. And then my pseudo dragon will show you, what normally happens to people that are captured in your brain, where somebody gets rescued from a cage and then they get returned to their brother or sibling.
Okay. What does this have to do with Declan?
I'm gonna put a picture of I'm going to tell him, show him a map, little dragon boy, little dragon friend, and my dragon will show a map will just show an island with Declan's face on it from what he can remember, and have Sivian's face on the same island.
Wait,
with
hold on a second.
him saying, "What does this have to do with Declan?" There's gonna be a metal face palm in the back.
We've been told that they're like together.
We were told that they were working together. I thought Sibian was still running Boston.
He is, but you don't have to be in a place to run a place.
You know, let's take care of the issues
Yeah.
forefront now. We will deal with that when we get back to the ship, or get the new ship to take up the other ship.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, I value you.
Okay.
So you get to the museum with the information of going inside, given permission. Michael, give me a investigation. And if anyone is going up there with him, he can get the help action.
I will go up and give him the help action since I am kind of smart.
Okay, so you can roll with advantage.
Investigation. Ooh, that's tempting. Screw it. It's a 30.
So
Because
with
we're
a
gonna need
30,
all the knowledge.
it is doable. However, based on time and many factors of being able to do things, you first would have to repair the entire ship inside and out, and then you would have to basically scrap the tanks where the air elementals were, and then do the infusion with the gem to make it fly and have all the cannons.
Effectively,
Double the work.
yeah. Effectively, just get the materials and go back to the other ship.
If you wanted to. Otherwise, you could chill here for a couple months.
No, thank you.
rather work and run at the same time.
Yeah, we can do most of the work while we're on the sea, and then if we have to like stop the ship to do some work, we can stop while we're traveling.
Sensible.
Well,
How about this, Burkon?
notes of pretty much just more notes of how things that are seen in there might help, and then pop out.
Since you know what we're going to need, how about I go buy the horses and wagon, and I will meet you at the market district.
And from memory, the ship was fairly battered up still too, right? When
Little
they
bit.
OG ship.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of damage, but it can be repaired easily.
Yeah,
All right, so
it's not
some
bad.
extra timber and
Yeah.
metal for that. All right. So, calculating how much timber and metal, what we looking at?
With the horses, the carriage, you'll need a couple.
Yeah.
You are looking at 200 flat.
No. Okay. That's covered. Done.
Do you want some help? I can pay for some of it.
What? Just do 100 each. Go down
Yeah.
to
That's fine.
what's that? The 900 plat each. Boop boop. All right. Alrighty. So I really feel like I need to get some other things figured out. But this will work for now. And as we're getting all that set up, he's gonna go look. He's gonna end up going and looking at the graveyard.
Okay, you guys are at the graveyard. You do see the massive statue of what looks like an elf in heavy armor with a staff and holding their hand out as if they're casting a spell, and it just says, "Here lies Iris, the brave hero, follower of Saloon."
And when going up there, he's gonna be looking and seeing about how many people are around.
No one.
Oh, good. So, quietly asked in the book, when he said in the grave, how deep?
You gotta touch the body.
Of course. And sadly, I'm not a druid with mold earth.
So this is gonna take you a little bit of time, but no one interrupts you, so you can easily get in. You have the strength and a crowbar, I'm sure, to pry open a casket.
Apologize for the desecration. Put the mask. Do the sanctuary. Confirm the. Pretty much go through the whole process. Confirm that it actually worked.
So as you put the mask on, you cast Sanctuary. You see the mask come to life, and you see the body of Iris take the mask with its hands and grasp over it. And the mask, it looks like it's trying to shake in place as the bones grip tighter and snap the mask in half. And you see what looks like a spirit, like a little ball, just rise from the cracks and vanish like specks of dust in the wind.
And then going to close the casket, close it all back up, seal it, reseal it best as possible, which shouldn't be hard using mending since that will have just been damage.
Right.
Put all the dirt back.
Okay. And then catch up with everyone.
Yep, we're waiting for him because no point in leaving without him.
True.
And then we'll head out.
All right. As you head out, Mara,
Yo.
you see the little boy from before as you're leaving town looking at you with his eye patch and what looks like a trail of blood of tears as he waves, and you see his head just fall off his shoulders.
What the fuck?
You see
And
something?
that's what we're calling session.
Okay then.
Hell yeah.
Okie dokie then.
You guys get a marker.